Nuclear missile ready.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Alpha X Champions Cup. We're here for the round of 8, Group B. Casting here is Snoopy, and joined by my side is none other than Salvant.
How's everybody going? It is 6 AM here in normally sunny Australia, but it is currently still dark out. We're still going to bring you some great matches. Hino was not able to make it. He will still retain his prize pool for the round of 8. Fire Zerg will take over. A very strong 6k Zerg from Alpha X who's been around pretty much since the beginning. Before we started acquiring all these top-end players, Fire Zerg was there. He won one of the very first MVP Cups I ever saw over a year ago. And it's good to be able to reward him for his efforts with entry into a tournament like this one. He'd missed it before. So let's get this thing started. In the upper left, representing Protoss, it is Astrea.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have none other than Fire Zerg.
Astrea definitely the more likely one to take it on paper, and with good reason. He's been putting up some astonishing results recently. 6th place record in WCS Winter, playing in all sorts of tournaments, doing very well. He's even apparently going to Korea for Season 3 of GSL to try and qualify there and participate, I assume, in the team house. So that's pretty great to have a member of Alpha X essentially being part of that history of foreign players taking on the greatest StarCraft players in the world.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I mean, I think we initially started Alpha X in last year of December 2018, and already a few months later, we're already sending a player of our own to take on all those Koreans.
Yeah, it's pretty astounding. And we get to bring these players here, and any prize money that Australia makes will clearly be well used, considering his plans. We are certainly all happy to support him. But let's not focus too much on Australia. His opponent is still very formidable as well. As mentioned before, he's a 6k Zerg. He's one of the definitely up-and-coming players in North America as well. I believe he was at about 5,500 just a year ago, so he's made some rapid improvements. And he's going for a Roach Warren. He has decided he doesn't want to take on the theoretically superior Australia, but Australia has gotten a scout in. And he has seen the Roach Warren, so that's going to be huge. Going to give him a big advantage compared to not knowing, compared to being in the dark. Some Lings are already on the way though, and that's something that Australia probably does not expect. I don't think that's the usual thing that you do, but oh, he gets he gets it up. Oh no, he doesn't. That was not a tight wall off, but he will have a Stalker out to defend against these Lings. But that's just going to buy time. That gate goes up so much later than otherwise would. He's getting Stalkers out, but Roaches should be coming momentarily. We should see 5 of them. And Firezerg is actually elected to abandon his attack. and drone up. I don't know if that's such a good idea, but I suppose that he's very unlikely to break Australia when Australia sees it coming.
Yeah, I think he was going for the aggressive push, but knowing that he got scouted, he decided, you know what, I'm just gonna transition to a macro game instead, just get my third and just drone up.
Oh, in fact, we didn't see it, but he cancelled his Rotor.
Yep, he cancelled it right as soon as the probe died.
Oh, there you go. Why didn't you say something?
You were talking, I didn't want to interrupt.
Fair enough. Throwing down a third base, getting more drones, getting Overlord speed. Australia's still pumping out Stalkers 2 at a time, but at this point he's got to be thinking, wait a minute. Where are all these units?
Yeah, he's actually tricked Australia to making a lot of shield batteries. But little does he know, there's nothing on the way here.
These shield batteries, a bunch of Stalkers, not bad. Australia's still ahead because of the economic sacrifice Fireberg made, but not really by much. Actually, it seems pretty even. The third base is now finishing. Does get this Overlord. He's going to try and chase down a second one, but with Overlord speed, that's not really as likely to work. And I wouldn't be surprised if Australia went for some sort of bit of an attack with the units he has, considering he was already forced to make so many. I like this Overlord speed. The Overlords are escaping easily. They're going to get in and scout literally everything. There's basically no tech from Australia.
Yeah, Fireberg must be wondering, like, what on earth is he doing? I mean, usually at this point you will see some type of tech building. Maybe in the back of mind he might be thinking there's a proxy Twilight or a proxy Dark Shrine somewhere.
I really like this double Stargate. It's kind of probably the best way to actually make use of this delayed tech and suddenly catch up in the technology. You're not going to catch up in the upgrades by now. You're not going to be able to just get like a 7.5 minute charge and suddenly surprise the opponent. But double Stargate Phoenix is not that much less effective now than it would have been a minute ago.
Yeah, remember he sent out a hallucinated Phoenix, so he did scout that Fireberg isn't going for a aggressive push. He didn't see any Bailing Nest or the Roach Warren, so he feels safe to throw down the double Stargate, which I like that decision.
Yeah, but he now knows that Fireberg is actually deciding to get aggressive. That's the thing with Zerg, they can choose to become aggressive on the drop of a hat. 2 Void Rays on the way, as well as +1 weapons. I'm not sure if this was a planned thing or a reaction to seeing the Roaches, but it looks like he wants to go into Sky Toss. But there is a lot of Roaches and Ravages here right now. Oh my god, the Zerglings! Oh, they just destroy almost all of those sentries immediately. Australia is in serious trouble. He's on the ropes. Fireberg at 37 workers. He's committing so heavily to this. But here come the Voids. And they will be very difficult to shoot down. In the meantime, though, this third base is definitely going to go down. Australia will not die here because he has those Void Rays doing so much damage from the skies. But he could lose so much damage. He could take so much damage that it does not matter. But at the same time, a lot of damage will need to be done. Considering that Fireberg is still on 37 workers, he's going to break down that Cyber Core, deny that +1 upgrade. Not the kind of +1 upgrade you normally see denied. And he's going to tear down these pylons. And all of a sudden the wall is open. Australia is losing so many workers as more and more lings are still being produced. He could be crippled as a result of this. Doesn't matter how many Void Rays he has. If he has no workers, only Immortals are a unit that can get away with that. And 10 more workers going down, and Australia will finally stem the bleeding. And the third base actually never went down for Australia. He's still got it up, but he's sending more and more lings to actually kill that. In the meantime, though, there is a lot of Void Rays for Australia. And Oracles are on the way. So Fireberg does need a way to deal with this Sky Toss. Taking out the third is a good start. But these Void Rays, I don't know if there's enough left at home to stop them.
Oh, luckily he does get the wall off. Oh no! Oh wow.
Queen and a Spore against 4 Void Rays is not going to do the trick. I don't think 2 Queens... I don't know if 2 Queens will either. I feel like he could have just jumped on that, but now there's 3 Queens here. The math is starting to be a little less in his favor. Oh, he's taking out a bunch of links for free. He's bringing more and more Queens across is Fire Zerg, but he does not have that creep connected. This is actually a very nail-bitingly close game after all the blows these two have done to each other.
Oh yeah, and there's actually no spark colors on this dirt, so he can potentially take out this dirt.
I don't know if he'll take out the third, but he'll definitely take out the workers at the third. And oh my god, 6 Void Rays and a bunch of Oracles. I think he might just try and dive this. He's going for it. Will the transfuses be on point? One of them is missed. Oh man, he needs to focus fire, he needs to transfuse, he needs to be playing very well right now, and he's got the transfuses and takes out 2 Void Rays. In the meantime, the Lings are attacking, they're going to break down the Cyber Core again. 11 Hydras on the way. Fire Zerg is down to only 40 workers, but if he can maintain this 30, we'll still have a lead. He's jockeying for position against the Void Rays, against the Oracles. Has he overplayed his hand? No, the Hydralisks come out. And Fire Zerg fends off the army for now.
Oof.
But more and more Oracles on the way. What a game this is.
Yeah, this is the first game of the day, guys.
Yes, we have many, many more for you. Third base, again, being denied for Australia, while he's going, in the meantime, he's going to send 4 Void Rays and 4 Oracles into the main base. There are a couple of spores here. But he needs these Hydralisks in good position, and he has so many Hydras now that I think he's going to be just fine. Because Australia only just now starts a Robo. And an infestation pit even on the way for Fire Zerg. I'd kind of like to see a Nidus out of Fire Zerg, I think. Get those Hydralisks in positions where they can do the most damage.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea there.
In the meantime, the Oracles are going to come around to the third base and they're going to find it undefended. Even with that spore there, they could just get a bunch of drones if they want. Oh, but the Hydralisks are there and that's 1 Oracle killed. That's very nice. For only a couple of drones, in fact. The third base finally attempted to go up once again at 10.5 minutes for Australia. Can he hold on? He's playing very well. He's splitting up his army. He is getting that Nidus after all. But that will actually be spotted.
Ooh, good spot there.
And good attacks all as well. Firezerg's actually down to 33 workers. If this third gets up, Australia will be in a dominant economic position. He needs to get some damage done. But here comes the Nidus Worm. And there is very, very little to defend. And it is almost all Stargate units. Look at how many Hydras that is. There isn't even charge on those Zealots. I think everything is just going to melt to this. The Hydralisks deal out so much damage. They are so difficult to close in on an attack. It's nothing but Void Rays, Oracles, Zealots, and Sentries. None of them are units to do very well against the Hydralisks. He's splitting them off bit by bit, but there's just so many more where that came from. And the third base is under attack again. 2 Colossi on the way for Australia, which is a good move, but I think it's a bit too late.
Yeah, and there's no more force field energy for those sentries. Looking really dicey
Queen's
here.
even coming up. The shield battery's beginning to die. Everything melting before the acid spores of the Hydralisks like ice cream in the sun. The Nexus goes down. And I think this is the last hurrah. He's gonna have 1 Colossus, but I just don't think it's gonna be enough, especially since the Colossus is pinned. There is nowhere for it to run, and nowhere for Australia to hide. Double supply. GG is called, and Fire Zerg takes the first game off the second seed.
Wow, taking the first game upset here.
And now he's just 1 game away from advancing to the winners match.
Yep, and it will be new repugnancy for the next map. So we'll see if Australia can top the series, or if Fire Zerg is going to actually pull up the upset here.
Yeah, it was Australia's map pick, and it is a pretty good map for cannon rushing. So I wonder if we'll see something like that there. I'm highly impressed with that decision from Fire Zerg. Almost all Zergs would have just kept on going with that Roach Warren and hoped for the best. maybe switch to a Baneling Nest instead. But no, Firezoke's like, alright, you're going to have to invest all this money in defense. You're not going to send an Adept across the map because you saw it that soon. I'm just going to drone out of this, and I can do that. And then he did.
Yeah,
No hesitation.
That was pretty much his only timing window because, again, like you said, he was down by a significant amount of workers, so definitely needed to do a lot of damage with that, and indeed he did.
Yeah, I was just talking about how he cancelled the first Roach War, and Firezoke playing a very decisive game all in all last game with the different timings and the one that he abandoned.
Definitely.
In the bottom left, winning that aforementioned very decisive game against Australia. Can he do it again on Australia's home turf? It is Firezoke.
And spawning at the top right, we have the red Protoss player looking to tie up the game. It is Australia.
So we shall have to wait and see what both players want to do this time around. Firezoke is again going for what looks like that 17-17 opener, which has the definite potential to be aggressive. It doesn't have to be, but it opens up a lot of aggressive moves. And it looks like a 17-16 no less, which is slightly more aggressive than the previous one. So I think that he's probably going to want to go for another early attack, but Australia will have a probe to scout this opener. It's not an immediate giveaway, but based on especially how the previous game went, I think Australia's going to be suspecting something.
Oh yeah, and he's going to send in the probe here. Finally gets the scout on the probe as well as the gas.
The Firezoke could always just try and fake Australia out again. Or might just choose to go into a macro game off this. It is a pretty flexible opener. You're behind economically, but only very slightly by like a drone or so from the hatch first opening. And it makes you a lot trickier, but he's getting Zergling speed, he's getting a few lings, and he's continuing to mine gas, so it looks like he wants to try for something. I wonder if it's going to be Roaches again, considering he never actually went for that Roach burst in game 1, or if he's going to go for Banelings.
And there we have it.
And we have a Roach Warren. He abandoned it game 1, he's going to try for it again in game 2, but this time will the probe get scouted? Yes, it will. The probe will be spotted. But he's going to have to reveal these other 2 lings in order to stop the probe, so that's already suspicious. Normally you don't make 6 lings at this stage of the game. He's going to send an Adept across the map this time around, but he does need to wall himself off, and I think he's already preparing to do that. Yes, he is. He's smart. He knows if there's 6 lings, there's a good chance they'll be sent across the map, and that he needs to wall himself off because he won't have that Adept there. Actually, it looks like he's not sending that first Adept across the map to scout, which is a bit unfortunate. He does not know what's coming, though he definitely suspects something is.
The first 4 roaches are on the way, about to pop up. Speed about to be done. So yeah, this is the time where Australia might want to start throwing down some shield batteries, just like last game.
I actually really like this strategy of Zealot Stalker Sentry, because the Stalker is he's actually preparing for a Nidus as well. I like this. The point is that the Zealot and the Stalker together actually perform a double wall which blocks up any Banelings. But the Stalker is very good against Roaches, so he's actually covering both of his bases without scouting what it is, losing his Adept. Not Zealot Stalker, Adept Stalker. But the point is, he's still got that double wall off going. And now he's going to know what's going on. But will he be able to... Oh, that was very close. He almost just lost that. He almost left them in. There is a backup pylon, but even that backup pylon is not going to last for very long. He needs to get the units out when he can. Can he get that last stalker out? And he does. The shield battery holding on like a hero against this. And oh, he gets another layer up. He's doing very well. Australia is up 18 workers. He can definitely afford to take some losses as long as he isn't crippled by this attack. He's continuing to wall off frantically, doing everything he can. The lings have broken through. He's pulling the probes. He can afford to lose every probe at this base and still be okay. But he cannot afford to have any units left over for Australia. But it looks like, for Firezoke, and it looks like he's going to have enough. GG is called. Firezoke, not able to break through this time around. Commits to it. Does not work. Australia sniffs it out with the 6 lings. After what happened game number 1, he predicts the same type of build in game 2, and he's right.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed by that hold because that looked
Oh
pretty
yeah,
scary.
he didn't even know what was going on until it was on top of him.
Yeah, and I think Pfizer made a bit of a mistake momentarily. He focus fired the lings on the Nexus and allowed the probes and the stalkers to clean them up. And yeah, that I think if he focused the lings on the probes and the stalker, he might have done a bit more damage there.
Yeah, that's the thing with these aggressive builds. They look easy, but the slightest decision can change the outcome.
Shout out to Sniper SC with the 10 bits. Appreciate the ice cream. Or no, actually he did a 10 pog face. So thank you for the bits. And he says RIP ice cream.
Where
Yeah.
can you get an ice cream for 10 cents? I want to move wherever you are, man. Oh, actually, no, I don't. That would not be good for my waistline. Probably for the best. I'm not playing against him.
Oh, sorry. Invite me in back, or yeah, invite me back into the game.
Hang on. You sure? Because, you know, Fire's organized. We're ready to go. We're trash talking each other. Let's go. Let's do this. There you go. You saw it here. Firezerg was hosting. He wanted this match.
Yeah, he wanted
Unfortunately,
a bit of salivant there.
we will not be able to give him what he wants. Much as I would enjoy casting and playing against Firezerg at the same time, I wouldn't want to humiliate the people of this fine tournament by having them have to appear on the same stage as me.
Yeah, don't want to go embarrassing these guys by beating them.
It drags everyone else down by association. Like, if Salivant is in this tournament, how good can the rest of them really be? In the upper left, one game up, one game down, looking for a game 3. Good defense. Can he do it again? It is Australia.
And spawning at the bottom right, he is the orange Zerg player looking to close out. It is Firezerg.
So the question on everyone's minds: is Firezerg going to do another aggressive play? It looks like he's going for a hatch first this time.
Yeah, Firezerg, he's been, the first 3 games here, or the first 2 rather, I think he could have actually closed out Australia. I mean, he almost did in the last game. He prevented the scout. He had, I guess, like the kind of a really good build on a really good map, because that map is a really short rush distance. So, in terms of his play today, I mean, it looks pretty good so far.
Yeah, strategically he chose well, though he did have to reveal those last 2 lings when he was denying their scout, so he revealed that something was up, even though Australia didn't know exactly what. Just those small clues were enough for high-level players to pick it up. But I think it's all the more impressive that Australia did hold without knowing exactly what all-in was coming his way, even though he knew that something was. But at the same time, he did win the first game, which was more of a macro game. I mean, it didn't really go past 3 bases, but still. Firezerg played extremely well there. He played decisively. He didn't just have a planned, executed attack. He adjusted well on the fly. And we'll have to see if he can do that again. It looks like he's playing the most standard game he's played so far today. He's not going for that Roach Warren. He tried for it in game 1. He succeeded at executing the build in game 2, though he did not win the game with it. And now we'll see if he can win a bit more of a protracted game against Australia in game 3.
Yeah, it looks like both players are opening up pretty standard this time around. Stargate going down for Australia, so he's gonna go open up with some Oracles or maybe even some Phoenix, I believe.
Yeah, a little old school these days. It used to be the only build that anyone really did. Hatch goes down. Gasless opening. Wait, not gasless, he just pulled everything off at 0. Pfizer, he's just getting his metabolic boost. Not going to get Overlord speed this time around.
Alright, first
So we see a
adept.
Stalker. So we'll probably see an Oracle out of Australia. The Stalker indicates that he doesn't want to go for a Phoenix right away. That would be a bit weird, because the Stalker is generally there to fend off the Adept, the Oracle, or kill it. God, what am I saying today? The Overlord and kill it.
Yeah, I think the
And that's exactly what the Phoenix also does.
Yeah. I think the general, I guess, decision making of Protoss is if they get scouted.
Ooh.
Oh, actually, hold that thought. Looks like these Adepts actually getting some damage done. How much
Yeah,
would
they're
they
going
end
to
up?
get a total of 4 kills. Very nicely done by Australia.
Yeah.
They're well defended as well. I'd say that that was about an even trade all in all. As an Oracle flies across the map and a second Oracle begins. These Zerglings will go across, see what they can get done, decide, nope, can't get anything done at the moment. As a Robo goes up for a swear as he starts preparing to take his third.
Alright, Oracle's gonna go into the natural. There's not much here. There's no spore colors.
Yeah, there is not. Zergs have been, cutting corners on those spores for a long time.
Ooh.
3 drones killed, and he does get out just barely. That's about as good a first Oracle as you can hope for. And he sees the second Oracle as well. Now a Phoenix will be on the way to fend off that Overlord that's just hovering in the natural, seeing everything that's going on, reporting back to its master.
Unfortunately, his days are numbered here.
They certainly are not quite so numbered. Phoenixes take a long time to kill Overlords, but even so, I wonder if that Overlord wished he'd achieved more in his life.
I think
Could have
he
gone to
achieved
art
enough.
college, he says. War is hell. 3 more drones killed, but the Oracle does go down for it. I swear, being a bit too aggressive coming back in. And these Zealots will, Zerglings will come in, take out these Adepts, and start eating away at this third base. More Adepts need to be warped in and pulled from the natural to defend. Very nicely done, all in all. And now, the Lings will go after the natural, seeing if it might have been left undefended, but it is not. Australia is too good for that. And he's going to tear down this pylon, which will actually tear down the wall and allow him to have unrestricted access to these Adepts. But this Oracle doing very well, and not quite sure exactly what he wants to attack, is Fire Zerg. Does take out the Adepts, but loses all the Lings.
Yeah, oh, that's actually a lot more. He's committed to this.
Yeah. And this Oracle is now nearly out of energy.
Oh, but that...
The Oracle is out of energy now.
But
but those Adepts are in a beautiful positioning. Look at that. That's just so nicely done. And Firezerg is not going to be able to break through. He needs a 4th base, and he needs it very quickly. Unless he wants to go for another very aggressive attack off. But he can't really. He's got too many drones now. And we are seeing a Spire. I like this move. There is already a Stargate out, but there's only one Phoenix. If this goes unscouted, this could be very devastating. Now, where exactly is that Spire? It is in the natural. Good place for it, I think. But, the Phoenix is going to scout it. At the cost of almost its own life. But it does see what's going on. Excellent scouting by Australia. And Firezerg is yet to commit to a 3rd base, so it looks like he wants to go for some very aggressive plays. Meanwhile, a Warp Prism and a few Adepts are at the 3rd base waiting for their opportunity. This is a low-risk way to get some harassment done, though with the Spore it's a little higher risk than it otherwise was. You get a couple of kills with the Adepts, and then just fly in with the Warp Prism and get away from that. So he might lose an adept here. Oh, not quite. Takes a lot of hits on this Warp Prism though. That Spore doing very well at denying this kind of harassment. 12 more drones on the way.
I'm
But
surprised.
it's still even bases.
Yeah, I'm surprised a bit that. Oh, actually, nice Oracle stasis at the main base. I didn't even catch that. Sorry.
Yeah, well done.
But I was just gonna say, I'm surprised even with all the drone kills with the adepts and the harass that. Oh, actually, never mind. It looks like he's just caught up. Australia was a bit behind in terms of the workers, but it looks like, yeah, he's caught up. And
Yeah, and Firesberg isn't mining with some of his. He just starts mining again with that stasis, and now... Oh, will the stasis go up this time? It does, but it does not get any of the workers. And now the Mutalisks come out. They will take out both these Oracles. He leaves one Mutalisk behind to take out that Oracle, while the others are going to do what they can. I think a bit of indecision from him regarding exactly what he wants to do with those Mutalisks. But now the thing is that Australia knows, and he's still going to start producing Phoenixes. He's making +1 air weapons. He's going up to a fleet beacon. He's preparing to commit against these Mutalisks. And it is still 3 bases to 3. Firezerg has not yet taken a 4th base. He's only just now going to take one. So he needs to get damage done with these Mutalisks and Roaches. And I don't know how well that's going to go. Although, perhaps the Mutalisks might be able to actually dive on this. There's only a couple of Archons, especially if he takes one of them out with the Roaches.
yeah,
And
but
splits his Mutalisks as well.
yeah, but the thing about it is that Australia did open up with Stargate, so he's.
Oh, there is a lot of Phoenixes. I did
Yeah.
not know there was that many. Yeah, I don't see Firezerg doing anything with his attack. Gonna take out a couple of Stray Adepts. Phoenixes are right on the Mutalisk's tail. Meanwhile, a couple of Adepts see the 4th base, go into the natural. Nothing left to defend there, actually. There's like a few Roaches being sent back. Actually, all of the Roaches are being sent back. Australia just defending everything, and 3 bases to 3 for such a long time means that Australia is definitely in the lead now. Roach Muta, not a long-term strategy. He's going into Hydras, but that in itself is not a very long-term strategy either.
Yeah, especially since.
It's once...
Oh, sorry,
Sorry,
go
go
ahead.
on. I was just going to say, his one saving grace perhaps is that Australia is, I think, overreacting to these Mutalisks. He's making so many Phoenixes, he's getting Phoenix range with them. I don't think he needs to do that against the number of Mutalisks he's facing. And as the Hydra count continues to swell, those Phoenixes are going to be less effective.
Well, I guess they could still lift up the Hydralisk later on, maybe. So
Yeah, they could. They just won't be as effective as other fighting units. But even so, Australia's in a great position. It's just like Firezerg's perhaps one saving grace.
yeah.
This is still Australia's game to lose.
Because Firezerg committed so much early on to the Mutas and then now to the Roaches, he's actually really behind in the upgrades. I mean, Australia ready +1/1. Oh, actually,
Oh,
the Phoenix.
the Phoenixes!
Ooh,
2 of them go
careful.
down straight away. And Australia is going out for an attack. He's starting to get stormed. I wonder if a pre-storm timing is Firezerg's best chance, but yeah, look at that. 3 upgrades up for Australia. Well, I guess 2 upgrades up because he has +1 air weapons. But still, as you said, the upgrades are so late. Firezerg. It is ridiculous. He sees the Lurker Den, but another Phoenix goes down, pays the price for that scouting. Many Phoenixes died for this information. The Mutalisks going to try and defend against the Phoenix as well. You know you're in trouble when you're doing that. Mutalisks not known for their anti-Phoenix potential. And Storm is done. I think Firezerg is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
look,
getting Hive.
this army is so strong.
Yeah, a good position for Australia at least.
Oh, and I love
Revelation
this.
does go down.
He's setting up the concave.
Yeah. But, yep, he commits. Oh, that is beautiful. He even gets some Lurker eggs and everything here is just going to go down. The Phoenix is lifting up the Lurkers. Oh, wow, that is just devastating.
Oh man, all those Overseer too.
Yeah, I think Australia is just going to take this game momentarily. He's taken out all of the lurkers. There's going to be nothing but Roach Hydra against this devastating force from Australia.
And it looks like Australia now going to go ahead and dive in. Oh my god, look at those force field. That storm seals the deal. And GG, Australia takes the second game and close out in this best of 3 series.
He definitely looked in trouble for a bit there.
Yeah. But unfortunately for Pfizer, Australia did open up with Stargate, so it allowed him to get to the Phoenix a bit faster. Once he scouted the Spire and the mutas, he responded really rather quickly and was able to just mass enough Phoenix to just negate all the mutas that was produced by Pfizer.
Alright, I've just let the players know when their next matches are. And we'll be going across to Europe for our match number 2 of Rodson versus Burning.
And before we get into that, just like to do a bit of a shout out to one of our sponsors, 24 Hour Fitness. They've been around for over 30 years, and they've been dedicated to helping people achieve their fitness goals. They have around 436 locations across the states, fully equipped with weights, cardio machines, studio classes, and awesome personal trainers. If you want to attain your dream body, you might want to go ahead and try out 24 Hour Fitness. And let's go ahead and play one of their 30-second commercial, and we'll be right back. Alright, there you have it, 24 Hour Fitness. If you want to go ahead and support them, you can also head on over to Matcherino, complete the quest in order to give them a follow on their Twitter and their YouTube page. So yeah, thank you to 24 Hour Fitness.
Yeah, it is thanks to these sponsors that we are able to bring you games like this.
For sure.
Certainly that we're able to reward the players as much as we were able to. This is a $500 tournament. Absolutely would not be able to manage this without our sponsors and also without the fine people at OSC as well. The part of the proceeds from the OSC Team Championship are coming here.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Vindicta, for the follow. Appreciate it. Like you said, we appreciate all the support to the prize pool, to the players. This is, again, one of our, I think, yeah, the biggest prize pool tournament, in-house tournament that Alpha X has put up. So, really dope and awesome of you guys to help support it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Started with contenders, just this idea for a little $25 tournament, 5,600 MMR and under. Ended up as a $150 tournament. We had tons of viewers now. We've got a $500 tournament for all of the dragons and such. It's been amazing what it's grown into.
Yeah.
We couldn't have done it without the viewers.
And if you guys want to, you can just type into the Twitch chat !Matcherino, and it will pop up the Matcherino link as well as the coupon code in which you can contribute 50 cents for free, and yeah, help support and grow the prize pool even further.
Burning does not yet appear to have arrived.
Hopefully he comes on soon. Rosin is here, right?
Yes.
All right.
Very, very glad we got we got Vindicta. It's good to have another Terran around. We had pretty much just Uzi Cody as the ranks of elite Terrans, although Burning is quite up there as well.
Yeah, I think Sushi was looking to gain a bit more Terrans because he looked at our roster and saw that our rosters was a little low on Terrans. So yeah, pretty nice to have him come on board.
Absolutely. Seen Vindicta in the small tournaments for a little bit, a lot like Bio Ice and Starkiller, rising his way through the ranks.
Yeah.
It's great to have these people that I recognize actually joining Alpha X. I'm like, wait, I knew that person. At least I knew of them.
All right. While we wait for Burning to come, or not Burning, Rosin. Oh no, Burning. Wait, which one? Rosin. Oh, Burning. Yeah, to come on. Let's go ahead and just check out the Wikipedia page here. Just a recap the previous weeks. Of course, in the round of the round of 16, we had Art Burning from Group A advancing, while we had Bao Ice and Hino, who was again replaced today by Pfizer from Group B. And then we had Rosin and Light from Group C, and then Australia and Starkiller from Group D. Last week we played Group A of the round of 8. There we had a surprising outcome. Art and Bio Ice made it out of the group, while Starkiller and Light was eliminated, and that is pretty crazy. I mean, a group that's filled with Art and Starkiller and Light and Bio Ice, that was a pretty stacked group there. And then of course we're playing Group B here today with Australia, Firezerg, Rosin, and Burning, and we'll see who two of the players here will advance to the semifinals, which we will be hosting next week along with the finals. Again, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern time will be the time. And yeah, we will play both the semifinals and finals to determine who will be our Alpha X Champions Cup champion. And again, you see the prize pool breakdown here. 7th to 8th place will go home with $25, along with 5th and 6th place. But once we get to 3rd and 4th place, which is the semifinals, the prize pool does increase to $50. And then the 2nd place will go home with at least $100, while 1st place goes home with $200. So pretty nice prize pool there.
Yeah, definitely high stakes. Just dealing with things on the tournament side now.
Oh, Sushi just messaged me saying Sinner is also a 5.8k to 5.9k Terran player. Oh yeah,
There you go.
yeah, we recently got him too. So nice.
Alright, quick update. Burning is not going to be around for 30 minutes or so, so we are just deciding what to do now. Either we will give Rodson the victory and move on to our winners match, or we will get a replacement for him. I'm leaning towards getting a replacement, considering that we have already told the other players when their next matches will be. So let me see what I can do.
All right. I guess we'll just see what happens here. But I hope you guys are enjoying WCS as well. It's kind of coming to its end. I think they're playing the last few matches.
All right, let's head over to America.
Wait, you mean Europe or EU?
No, America. Vindicta will be our replacement.
Oh, okay. Wait, are we already on America?
We were supposed to be on Europe.
Oh, okay. Sweet. We're gonna have Vindicta as our replacement.
Very, very fortunate. I had him sort of lined up as a potential thing in case Burning was unable to make it, but then Burning said that they would make it, so I never contacted him. But then I had a bit of a feeling about 10 minutes ago, and I messaged Vindicta anyway, and he said he'd be happy to play.
Sweet.
If needed. So thank you, Vindicta, for stepping in at the last minute.
So we already had 2 replacements today, which is, I mean, if you look at the overall tournament, we haven't had as much replacements compared to the Contenders Cup, so that's good.
It's not good, but at least, unlike Contenders, we've been able to find players of similar levels to replace these people. The same levels, the same races. Vindicta and Firezerg are excellent replacements for Hino and Burning. In fact, they're even kind of higher level, so we're going to end up with a pretty crazy group.
Yeah.
I don't like replacing the players at very short notice, though, but unfortunately I don't really have much of a choice here. If we want to bring you guys all the matches to which you guys are interested in. Don't want to go straight to the winners match, especially when players want and need that time to recover. And while Rodson has not had the chance to prepare for Vindicta, Vindicta has not had the chance to prepare for Rodson either. Vindicta did not know he was even playing in this tournament, so Rodson should still have an edge there, because Rodson should have been preparing PVT if he was preparing for this match. So he'll still have the advantage of that preparation. Okay, I just forgot to give him the chat channel. So I sent it to him now.
Sushi says he thinks Vindicta is in Austria's house right now.
Oh well, there you go.
He's concerned if Vindicta wins, then how they're gonna play the winners versus winners match, because they only have one computer, right? Wait, just ask Vindicta if he's in Austria house right now to make sure. Because if he does win, and Vindicta has to play Austria, and they're playing under the same roof with one computer, it's not gonna.
Yeah, I'm just asking now.
I mean, if they have 2 computers, I think it's okay, but I don't think Austria has 2 computers to play on.
Okay, Vindicta brought his PC with all of his stuff.
Oh, okay.
So they're good.
Alright, nice.
Man, that'd be interesting, playing in a tournament in the same house with each other.
Yeah.
Alright, let me just figure out who has the first seed, because, yep, Rodson still has the highest seed. Vindicta will be taking over Burning's seed. Alright, AB, BAC. Rodson is the A, since he is the highest seed. Thank you so much, Vindicta. Australia, feel free to shit talk him continuously throughout the match in order to demoralize him for your own match. That should go without saying, while you are permitted to give him advice between games, you are absolutely not permitted to give him advice during the game. Even if you're in the same physical location. We trust your honor.
Mm-hmm. Alright guys, we're just waiting for the players to commence with the map vetoes, and then once they do, we'll head straight into the lobby and bring you the games.
Yeah, so we end up with a pretty crazily, kind of another group of death. We end up with Australia, Firezerg, Rods and Vindicta. All great players in their own right. Truly has been an incredibly competitive round of 8. And I look forward to seeing it continue.
Sorry guys for that little bit of static. I think it's coming from Salavan's mic. Hopefully once he comes back it'll be fixed. Alright, looks like Rosin will veto new repugnancy first. Automaton will be Vindicta's first veto. Kairos is going to be Rosin's second veto here.
And I'm back.
Alright, welcome back.
Thank you, Sushi, for recruiting Vindicta just a day or two ago and saving our bacon. I thought when Vindicta was brought in, I was like, I wonder if he'd be useful as a backup just in case.
Just in case. It worked out.
Just for my back pocket. Considering Burning was expressing having troubles making it on the finals week. But yes, it did work out in the end.
Alright, looks like all the players has vetoed their maps, and now we're getting into which map will we start on. Oh, Port Alexander.
Alright, we still have King's Cove and the other one that I always forget. Cyber Forest.
Yeah, Cyber Forest. There we go.
I always forget the 7th map. Doesn't matter which one it is. I just always forget it.
Alright, let's get the players in the game here.
Alright, Rodson versus Vindicta. Should be a pretty fantastic PvT. And the winner advances to face Asreya. A very formidable opponent.
Alright, King's Cove will be the second map here. So Cyberforce will be the third. Looks like there's the invite bug again here, maybe.
Yeah, these things do happen sometimes.
By the way, guys, next week, of course, we will conclude on the 25th the semifinals and finals. But then also the day after that, we have on May 26th at Sunday 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the MVP Cup. So if you didn't have enough games watch of your favorite players in Alpha X, you can tune into the MVP Cup and catch your games there. Vindicta is also entering and playing in that tournament, so you can watch him as well.
Yeah, think of it as the GSL Super Tournament to our GSL. I'm just letting Vindicta know the format, considering that he only also joined Alpha X a couple of days ago, so he might not have even been aware of this tournament's existence until I assume Asreya told him about it. I assume that's why Vindicta was watching, to support his teammate and housemate.
Yeah, that's actually a good comparison, the GSL to the GSL Super Tournament.
That's pretty much exactly what it is.
Yeah.
A long form event, the Weekender, with similar players in it.
Alrighty, we're getting our first game here. Again, it will be on Port Alexander. Whoever wins the series will head on to the winners versus winners match to face against Australia. Let's see who will be.
Yeah. So Rodson got out first in his group, and Vindicta is a very powerful Terran. I believe he's himself at about 6k level.
Yep.
One of the high-end GMs from the North American scene who hasn't quite broken free. You know who else was like that just a few months ago? Australia.
Yeah.
All these players are just waiting to break free, and Alpha X can support them, provide them with those high-level practice partners they need to spread their wings and fly like the dragons they are. In the upper left, coming in at the last minute, our hero. It is Vindicta.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have the orange Protoss player. He is Rosden.
And Vindicta is starting it off with a bang.
Oh, sneaky, sneaky.
He is not wasting any time. He's like, oh, I've been selected for this tournament 10 minutes ago? Well, let me show you why I was picked.
Oh, but it looks like Rosden, he's going to actually go for the Pylon Scout. So he's going to actually scout this relatively soon, which will give him a bit more time to prepare. But again, even if you have the time to prepare, it all comes down to the execution on both sides.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going for... Is he going to go for a third barracks? He's clearly only going for Marines because he's of the placement of the barracks and because he hasn't gotten the refiner yet. And yeah, he's going for proxy 3 racks. This is... You don't get more aggressive than this. You literally don't. Short of pulling all of his workers, there's nothing Vindicta could do that is more aggressive or more all-in than this.
Yep, and looks like Rosden does scout no gas, no barracks.
He's making a 4th barracks.
Oh.
How many racks is Vindicta going to make? Do we see 5?
Do we see 5? Looks like he's gonna stick with 4.
Coward. Alright, so Rodson knows something's coming. He doesn't know exactly what. The Zealot is up. And it will deny this SCV from finishing this bunker. Start to work on the bunker itself. But it's far from over. The bunker does force to cancel, but now here come the Marines. I think he's going to try and put the bunkers up on the high ground, actually. And he's going to use that to wall himself off partially with bunkers. Ooh, but the SCV in an unfortunate position. The other one will get sniped as well, so good defense so far from Rodson. But there are a lot of Marines still coming. And he's pulling workers. He did get more aggressive.
Oh.
I think Rodson's going to have to pull workers of his own. Good fighting with that Stalker. He's got a shield battery up. He's defending well. The Zealot is trapped though and will go down. No, it doesn't. It uses up a lot of shield battery energy. The shield battery is no longer very effective. The pylon is under attack. He's forced to back away though. Probes are being pulled off the line, but I think he's got enough here. Does Rodson. He takes out, yep, that's it. Rodson defends very smoothly, very cleanly, thanks to that pylon scout. And wins game number 1 in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, that was kind of almost like the perfect defense there by Rodson.
Yeah, like the only mistake was getting that Zealot caught, and even then it still worked out for him.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to that shield battery, he is prepared very well under pressure. A lesson for all of us who lose to Marine SCV holdings.
You know, I used to do the Gateway Scout against Terran, but because of that, you know, the proxy racks and stuff, I've actually started going for Pylon Scout. So, and it's because of that reason why you get to scout early to have the enough time to prepare for it.
Intriguing. I'll have to start going back to that. Alright.
Alright, that was a pretty quick one there.
King's Cove will be our second map. And that means Cyber Forest will be our final one. I don't think Vindicta tries something like that again.
Or will he?
Clearly I think Rodson's clearly very solid. He's proven he's willing to pylon scout. Did Vindicta say he was ready?
Yeah. Well, I think one of them said it in the last, or right after I started, which I said, oops. And so I said, okay, he said he's ready. So it's cool now.
All right. In the upper left, going for a very aggressive game number 1, but not quite making it. It is Vindicta.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have the orange Protoss player with a really nice defense last game. Can he close this out? It is Rosden.
I gotta say, I'm worried for Vindicta. Being in the same house as Australia, you know it's gotta be a terrible influence on him.
He's probably like distracting him or something in the background.
Vindicta's all, hey, wouldn't it be funny if I just 4-axed and Australia's like, come on, do it. Do it, see what happens.
And then like right before he
Dude,
attacks,
I'm kicking you out of the house.
Like, right before he attacks, he's like, Australia's like tickling him, trying to get him off to get this game.
Unfortunately, Australia lives by the meme and dies by the meme. And I'm worried that he's going to turn Vindicta into the same kind of person. We shall see.
Yep. And then we have the same Pylon Scout by Rosin. We'll see this time around. There is a barracks in the base.
I still remember that game when Australia lost to a 5.8k player.
Oh yeah.
Because he just knew what Australia was, the kind of player Australia was. And then he proceeded to beat Parting, you know, like best of 9, like the next week or something. I think it was like a few days before he'd beaten Parting in a best of 9.
Mm-hmm.
Australia is a very swingy player. He's got a lot of variance in his play. When he's on fire, he can beat anyone. When he's not, he can lose to anyone. That is the risk you take when you play a very unconventional style. Sometimes your opponents are just ready for you, and sometimes they are very, very, very much not. We'll see which Australia gets brought out in the winners match.
You know, that kind of describes SOS playstyle, right?
Yeah, I agree. When he's on fire, he's completely on fire, like when he 3-0'd Morrow in the Super Tournament back when Morrow was looking completely unbeatable. But then other times he just loses matches that he should never lose. And Special seem to really have a handle on him. I think it's okay to spoil that now. It's been like 2 weeks.
Well, they lift the spoiler ban on the Avengers Endgame. I think 2 weeks is good.
Fair enough. I still haven't seen that, but at this point I probably never will. I haven't seen any of their Marvel movies. I saw a couple back when they were first coming out. I saw the original Iron Man. It was pretty good. I heard they made a couple more since then, though.
Yeah, they made a total of 3 Iron Man movies.
There you go. I made a couple more Marvel movies. And the Reaper will get the scout off, but will be trapped in the... Oh, that's beautiful! I think that was intentional by Rodson. Now, look at the wall off Rodson's made, actually. I think that's actually a bit overkill. I wonder what would happen if Vindicta just got a good drop in there. Imagine if you just swap siege tanks behind that. It's just instantly game over.
Yeah, there's only like one crevice there to get your...
Yeah, what are you gonna do? I would love to see Vindicta do that. That would be so crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he does have a Widow Mine, but it looks like he's just gonna do a Marine Widow Mine drop here with the Meta-Axe coming out.
Yeah, there's still time. I mean, he could always do it later. He'd want to do it with a couple of tanks. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him drop behind that, in that little crevice.
Oh, but this Observer just scouts the drop just in time.
Actually, if you put a Widow Mine in that crevice, there is literally nowhere for the probes to run. Yeah, we're all just thinking that. We're all just imagining that now. And he scans it, so he sees the layout of the base. But at the same time, we've got an attack coming up from Rodson. Immortals, Sentries.
I don't think he saw the medevac. I mean, his Observer saw it, but I don't think he was looking at... Oh, and never mind. He does scout... I mean, he does warp in 3 Stalkers, so he's prepared.
Yeah, he's just going for a counterattack because he knows these units aren't going to be around. And that was exactly what Vindicta was trying to do, but Rodson was prepared for it. Man. These players are both so good. Vindicta spotting such a small opening. Rodson expecting that opening to be exploited and preparing for it. Clearly these players also respect each other a great deal if they're, chasing these tiny edges, but also predicting the other's going to use it. Oh! Beautiful force field coming out. And if Stim gets denied, that would be a serious blow, and it will be. Bye-bye Stim for Vindicta. Oh, good denial on the Warp Prism, but will... Yeah, the Warp Prism can't actually turn itself back.
Yeah, so couldn't move.
I didn't realize that. I was like, why isn't he turning it back? Oh, wait. Disable prevents that too. Excellent move by Vindicta to stop that, but he will need to remake Stim, which is going to be a really big blow to him. He's not gonna, if he had a push plate, he's not going to be able to do that. Now Rodson's going for Colossi. He's going to be completely unbreakable. I think Vindicta has no choice but to go for 3rd base, and he's already 1 step ahead of me. He's already picked up his 3rd. He knows. He knows he's not going to be able to break Rodson. And Rodson is still on 2 bases, interestingly enough. Getting a lot of tech on those 2 bases, a lot of gateways. I don't think he wants to go all in, considering he's getting a Twilight Council on a Forge. I think he's just playing it very safe against Vindicta. But I don't think he has to, considering he should know he's taken out Stim. Oh, this Widow Mine is going to take out that probe. Oh, no, it doesn't!
Just in the last second.
The reflexes on that. Very nicely done, and then even breaks it with a hallucination. Man, these players are playing so well today.
Yeah, both players.
Yeah, all of our players are playing so well. All 4 of them. It's great. And it looks like Vindicta is going to want to move out for an attack. I don't think he's going to want to try and, like, cripple Rodson or anything. He's just going to see what he can get done. As Blink does start. Well, no, it looks like he might just be moving across to the third base. I think that's probably smarter. I think, you know, do some drops. See what you can get done with that. But a full frontal attack isn't going to work with how late Stim was, with how late the third was. Rodson was definitely powering on 2 bases for too long to really damage. And Vindicta should just use that. We'll see how comfortable Vindicta is with his late game, because I don't expect this push to actually kill Rodson. But it looks like Vindicta is going to go out and apply some pressure after all. An Adept will go across to scout for this third base and see if it's done. There are a couple of units that could defend this though. If Vindicta is ready, and he is, he might lose an SCVR2, but the Marine and the Marauder together should be enough. Does take out this Adept. In the meantime, he scans the third base, he sees the 2 Colossi there, and there's no way he's going to want to take that on.
Yeah, he only has 1 tank here, so he's got to be careful.
He's in a pretty good position with the tank, and with the Widow Mines. I think he's trying to bait the charge lots in. Or the, I guess, the Stalkers and Zealots in. Oh, and in the meantime, he's dropping at the main base as well. Oh man, Vindicta is everywhere! And now, he's trying to pull this trap. Oh, he's sending the Widow Mines at the third base. Directly. Wow, this is so strange. This is such an interesting attack. Oh, he forces the Widow Mines to burrow and unburrow because of the Hallucinated Phoenix. Oh, and the Liberator is actually in a very bad position and will get taken out. And suddenly, Vindicta has been double-crossed. Rodson really has gotten the jump on him. But Vindicta drops into the main with literally all of his units. Man, this is such a crazy attack from both sides. A crazy attack, a crazy defense. Things are going everywhere, and it looks like he's going to deny this upgrade as well, but at what cost? He's going to lose so many units, there's no way they're going to get away. He even drops the auto turrets! And he might just get away after all. Oh man, both these players playing at a knife's edge. The High Templar, the feedbacks are going to be devastating if they can get there, and one does. Oh, Medivac shot out of the sky. I think he can escape out to the north, but I don't know if he knows that. And now he's making 4 Vikings at a time against these Colossi, and preparing a Ghost Academy. Vindicta is actually up 10 workers against his Protoss opponent. So he's in a really good position even with these units trapped.
Yeah, he got 13 probes during that drop and harassment, so well done by Vindicta, giving himself a pretty good position here to hopefully take this game number 2.
Yeah. And now he's going into the Vikings and the Ghosts, preparing for that later game, Terran Army. Even getting some spotter depots, spotter marines. Even a spotter factory. He's definitely prepared to spot anything that's coming his way. But it looks like Rodson is content to sit back. Those Colossi and High Templar are going to do some devastating AoE if they can get their shots off. The Ghosts and Vikings are definitely going to be very necessary to shut this down. Slight upgrade lead for Vindicta as well.
Oh, and here comes the the slow Zealots passing by this supply depot. So this depot did really pay off itself. Yeah,
definitely. I think he's waiting for charge in order to pull that off, but in the meantime, his Zealots are just waiting there, and if he can catch that, that would be a very nice thing. Zealots are normally pretty cheap, but he's got like 9 of them. He is trying to retreat them now, but, you know, they're slow Zealots. But it looks like Vindicta's going to look at where the Zealots were and be like, I guess they're long gone.
You call that hide and seek.
Yeah, but they are still hanging around, ready to seek. Later on. Meanwhile, we've got 4 Colossi, a ton of High Templar. This is a very scary army from Rodson, indeed. As Vindicta does move out.
Yeah, and look at the production tab. We have 2 nukes. Oh my god, on the way.
Wow. That is not something I expected. And he actually forces this whole army back with these charge blocks. Very nicely done. But here comes the army of rods and into the scan of Vindicta. Vindicta sees it coming. This could actually be a very nasty flank. Vindicta needs to back away. And he does take out some of these charge lots pretty much for free. Okay, the Vikings and the Ghosts. Good spread. How will the EMP be? Will the Storms take out these Vikings? Oh, the EMPs are brilliant! Oh my god, look at that! Vindicta spreads all of his units, gets the EMPs off, takes out all the Colossus. What the hell? That's like the most one-sided PvT engagement I've seen in months. That is just beautiful. He's up 60 supply.
Yeah, such a beautiful arc there that he created for himself. Oh my god, that engagement was just... That was awesome.
I call shenanigans. I think Vindicta and Australia are playing on the same keyboard. How does anyone that fast? He did like 4 things at once so well. But oh man, those charge lots, there's actually so many warping in. A lot of these Vikings are actually going to go down, and Vindicta, I mean, I can't blame him for thinking he was about to win that game, but Rodson comes back. I thought he was about to win it too. He was suddenly up so much supply, now he's only up 20.
Yeah, but I think...
Still in a good position. But
yeah, still in a good position. He took out the really expensive army, like the Colossus and the most of the High Templars. So that was the most important thing.
Oh, the Cloaked Ghost is coming.
Oh!
Snipes the full energy Templar, and here comes another one. And this army is literally just Zealots and Stalkers and a single Archon now.
Yeah, that's not a scary army.
No, that is nowhere near terrifying, although some more High Templar are starting to fan out. Man, I still can't get over that engagement by Vindicta. That was so good. I'm glad we got this player in our tournament.
Oh yeah, for sure. And looks like he might even take this next game here. Oh!
Look at the...
Oh, there's no observer.
Yeah, he just literally right in the middle of the army drops it. And now he's going out for this. Oh, look at that High Templar. That's great. High Templar is on the cliffs and another storm. Oh my god, that was a brilliant storm. He knew which way Vindicta was likely to attack from and he was ready. I love those moves.
Yeah,
Rodson proving he can match Vindicta blow for blow.
Oh, but there's no more Templar. Oh, there's actually only a few Templar energy left.
Yeah, there is an observer this time around, but there's only a couple of storms, and Vindicta has already proven very adept at dodging the shots. And there are a few Liberators as well to help this out. How will this fight go? He's spreading out his Liberators, but is he actually a little bit too late? I'm a bit worried for Vindicta now.
Yeah, he took a devastating storm there at the middle.
Yeah, and he's actually going to lose this fight. The game is still pretty even, but Vindicta had a huge lead and he's lost it.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty even at this point.
I suppose Vindicta does have a 5th base, and Rodson doesn't.
Yeah,
so that is a good for him. Another nuke coming on down. But I think this one will be spotted, but it does force the army back. Oh! Oh my god, it's just not in time, I think!
Oh!
He kills the ghost, but the nuke does drop.
There's a
But the probes
clutch
do
pull
escape
there.
in time. 5th base now on the way for Rodson as we are getting into a late game. This is the longest game we've had so far
I know, right?
today. We've had some very aggressive plays before, but now both sides happy to sit back, macro up, play a late game. Actually, not. They haven't really been happy to do that. They've just been forced to by the skill of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Rodson now taking a supply lead for the first time in a while. Getting disruptors, getting a Dark Shrine, getting pretty much everything Protoss has on the ground. But another tactical nuke. It is spotted. We'll take out this pylon and shield better, I think. I don't know how much damage nukes do. Yep, it will. Ooh, even injures a few zealots who came back to defend. These ghosts. Oh, another nuke goes down. Oh, he's dropping so many nukes everywhere.
Yeah.
He's dropping 2 at once now. Vindicta. He gets away from one, but the other one's gonna hit him. It's gonna lose so many probes.
Oh my god.
Too late. 16 probes and a High Templar go down, and the nuke finally hits home. Oh, Vindicta. Oh, you beautiful bastard. We are so glad to have you in Alpha X. Here comes another one!
Oh my god, a nuke party there.
We're gonna have nuclear winter soon. Vindicta says, I will win this or I will turn this map into radioactive ash. And this cloaked ghost goes after one of the Cliff High Templars as well. Vindicta now at 40 supply again, taking control of the map, and now with a new force is going to move on out. But I'm a bit worried for Vindicta. I don't think this army is quite as good as the one he had before.
Yeah.
And Rodzen's army is pretty similar to what it was before with the Colossi and the High Templar. And even has Disruptors added to it. I think I'd like to see him have more Liberators in this army.
Yeah, same here. His army doesn't really look that scary.
No, and he's already lost one of those Liberators. Oh, but he's gonna get his cloaks and he's gonna get some great EMPs off.
Oh
wait,
my
no,
god!
what's happened? He's lost all of his ghosts! He doesn't still have a big supply lead. Oh, wow. Rodzen playing very well, taking advantage of this. There's actually a bunch of units in a medivac. I hate when that happens when I play Terran. Good dodges of the Disruptors, and it looks like Vindicta might just have too much. Still forced to dodge the Disruptors, though. He's going after the Colossi, but he just doesn't have quite enough. And Vindicta forced to retreat yet again against Rodzen. Both sides doing everything they can. Vindicta the sword, Rodzen the shield. Both of them matching each other shot for shot as 2 more Colossi on the way. And 4 High Templar. Fusion Core on the way for Vindicta for that next step. I think Liberator range rather than battle cruisers.
We shall see.
Oh man, what a game.
Yeah, probably our best game of the day so far.
Definitely could be. Aswaya vs Pfizer game 1 was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, that's true.
But this could be even better.
I mean, we're getting into the really late game at this point. 20-minute mark.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing that's left, I think it's less about the time and more about the tech, and both sides have almost all the tech available to them except that late game capital fleet. I wonder if we're going to get there as well. Fleet Beacon is on the way for Rodzen, so he's building towards those Tempests. And Liberator range for Vindicta. Another ghost, another nuke. So many nukes going down, but this time Vindicta's been a bit predictable about where he places these nukes, but perhaps Vindicta can use this to get into a good position. He is sending another nuke at the 5th base. And where is that? I think it will get spotted just in time, and it does. Vindicta continuing to move forward again, though. Who needs to EMP those High Templar, or that could be very nasty, and he doesn't. Whiffs the EMP. But he's getting more Vikings, he's getting more Liberators. More Ghosts, Liberator range, he's getting basically all those tech units he needs. Moves forward with Marauders to try and take out a High Templar. It does not succeed, but forces a Storm for a couple of Marauders, which is nice. And now he's getting a great arc. Rodzen, I don't think you want to attack into this. But he tries. Oh, this is exactly what happened the first engagement they had. But this time Vindicta's pre-spread, making this arc even more lethal.
Oh, wow.
The Disruptors help, but that is not enough. Oh, man. Vindicta again with the perfect engagement. But this time I think he's going to keep his Vikings in the air.
Oh my
they do
god.
get stormed pretty badly.
You might want to
send
retreat.
these Vikings home.
Yeah, get it repaired.
He's getting some Liberators up now. He's still got a couple of Ghosts with EMP left in reserve. He's marching forward. Good EMP goes down. There's still one Storm and it does get taken out. Vindicta up 30 supply. To steadily march forward. 5 Liberators at a time now.
Oh, wow.
He's taken out the Colossi. He's going into Mass Liberator. Oh, but I think Vindicta's in a pretty nasty position, actually. I think he might want to back away from this. And he does, but we'll lose a couple of Liberators for the trouble. But he's got 5 more on the way. Rodzen is attacking, but there were a lot of Liberators here. I think that, yeah, Rodzen has to retreat back. Attacking from the high ground even, takes out a few Zealots. 6 bases to 6 now. Both sides taking up most of their corners of the map. 22 minutes in and these two are not slowing down. Two more Colossi on the way. Rodson has been unable to get the time he needs to build this fleet of Tempests, though, which he desperately wants against the Liberators that Vindicta is making. Against like 10 Liberators or so, you really need Tempests if you want to defend. That or rely on your opponent making a mistake, and Vindicta's got a great position with these Liberators now. He's even nuking behind him to prevent a flank. What the hell is this? Cancels the nuke. So, yeah, I'm just gonna... A tactical, flank denying nuke. Wow, that's...
Oh no!
incredible.
Austin got to back off. This is a pretty scary zone there.
Yeah. There's just no way. And another good EMP. There are still storms left, but you cannot engage into these Liberators. You need Tempest for this, and Rodson is now building them, but it might be too late. Vindicta smells blood in the water, but attacking into a choke like this is not an easy task. But oh, High Templar Disruptors, any AoE that tries to move forward just gets destroyed. Vindicta moving forward very slowly but surely. The Stalker's coming through to take out a couple of Liberators, but the range on these Liberators is just so high. Vindicta is sieging this position relentlessly, and oh, the EMP does go down. Only a couple of storms left. And Vindicta sees it. He's moving forward with all of his Liberators. He's ready. This is the final fight. It could be. Tempest are made, but not fast enough. And Vindicta moves forward, and I think that's going to be all she wrote.
Yeah, but there's still 3 Colossus. I think you will be able to clean up the ground, but there's no answer for these Liberators. Only one Tempest.
Yeah, and this 4th base is going to go down. The 5th base being attacked by another Ghost. And oh, actually the Colossi, they're miscontrolled and they go down, and Vindicta takes an amazing game number 1, 24 minutes in. But wait, that's game number 2 actually. The first game was just so quick we forgot about it. It's 1-1. Wow, a very short game and a very long game.
And the last map will be on...
Cyber Forest.
Cyber Forest, alright.
We have had such great opening matches so far. I hope it continues like this.
Yeah, I mean, that was...
Both 2-1.
That was one heck of a game there.
It sure was. Look at the APM of these players. Both players so quick. Such a privilege to see these players duke it out.
For sure. Alright. And...
Alright. It will be game number 3. Vindicta versus Rodson.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Guys, type into the chat. Who you got coming out here? Who you got to win this match? Vindicta,
who will win?
or Rodson?
It's so close, I do not want to call it. In the upper left, winning a decisive game 1, barely losing a game number 2. Can he bring it back now? It is Rodson.
And spawning at the bottom right, you have the blue Terran player with the impressive win last game. Can he do it again? It is Vindicta.
Man, it has had a couple of amazing engagements.
Oh yeah, for sure. Those spreads. Oh my god, that was so beautiful.
The arcs, the EMPs, the Vikings, everything was just brilliant. We'll see if he can do that again on Cyber Forest, or if Rodson is willing to let him go for that late game again. King's Cove, definitely the best map for really probably both sides on their late game. If you're gonna get to late game, it may as well be on King's Cove. We'll have to see what Rodson wants to do here now. I believe Cyber Forest is actually one of the... only really imbalanced maps we have in the pool. Do you remember which side it's balanced in favor of? I haven't actually been able to play in a few weeks because of my internet.
I think it, at first glance, I think it favors Terran a bit more because those ledges, it really does well for those tank push. And then
But I think statistically it benefits one race more than the others. I just can't remember which one. If you guys know in the chat, just let us know.
yeah, I'm not too sure.
That said, these guys often defy expectation. I mean, we saw a 4-rax proxy in game number 1. Even a percentage, even if it was say 70% in favor of one side, that's still far from a sure thing, and 70% is a pretty glaring imbalance.
Maybe it favors Zerg because you know the map, the base is actually really huge. You can hide some Nidus in there. I've seen a lot of Nidus play from Zerg as of late.
Could be. Alright. Both sides just building up, preparing for potentially another longer game. We'll have to see what both sides want to do. We'll be up to the Protoss to decide their tech first, and then Vindicta to decide his 2-base path. Generally, you've got to do some sort of damage in the mid-game against Protoss in order to keep things going, because they can take a third so much faster.
I think the real question is Vindicta going to go for nukes again?
I would like to see that. He used those quite well.
Yeah.
Rodson actually defended really well, but that's the thing with nukes. Even if you only drop one. Oh, and Rodson's using Cyber Forest very well. He's going to deny this command center. It's really a map really a move you can only really do on Cyber Forest with the recent nerf to Adepts. Adepts being reduced in build speed by 3 seconds because of this strategy. And we are going to see Hellions from Vindicta. And Rodson does not have a pylon at the front of his natural, so that could be pretty nasty, but he is getting a Stargate, so that's pretty good against Hellions overall.
Game paused.
And Rodson requires a pause. Actually, we have a proxy Stargate for Vindicta that I didn't see in the middle of the map. So I think he's going to make a Liberator.
Game resumed.
Or is it a... No, I think it might be a Medivac for Hellion drops based on
Yeah.
the positioning of that, because he can't really afford it to put in a... Yeah, he can't afford to put an add-on up there.
And
So we are going to see Hellion drop.
And I really like that decision because, as I said earlier, this map, the main base is pretty huge, so there's a lot of blind spots, a lot of dark areas that you can drop the Hellions in.
Okay, this is really interesting. He's actually going for Hellions and Widow Mines. I think he's going to go for a double drop. A Hellion drop and a Widow Mine drop.
Yep.
At the same time. He's building a bunker against these Adepts.
Oh wait,
He does have a couple of Widow Mines.
Will it finish in time though?
Oh no, it won't, actually. Will the Widow Mine do its job? Yes, it will. Takes out the Oracle and even gets some splash damage on the Adepts as well. But in the meantime, there's basically nothing here to defend. But he's got 3 Hellions and he's going to go with it. There's nothing in here to defend either. And suddenly the Hellions are going to start being roasted. Good lift off on those Hellions, and oh my god, so many Hellions suddenly go down. So many probes suddenly go down, but SCVs are going down as well. Oh man, this is a bloodbath on both sides. Look at how close that bunker is from finishing.
I know, right? It's like 99.9%.
Exactly. All it needs is like one little hit of the hammer. The Marines are just like, just let us in. And it's like, no, it's not up to OH&S code yet.
Alright,
We
looks
still
like
have one last inspection to do. I need to tick this final box, but I was killed before I could. Man, these Adepts doing tremendous damage, but both sides have taken so much damage. We're going to see Cloaked Banshee as the follow-up. It's actually very effective against a non-Robo opener. There's still no Robo. I think there's one Oracle here. That's it for detection. And the Siege Tank does come out to fight these Adepts. And these Adepts are kind of a little bit trapped here. He's even moving forward with the Widow Mines to try and ensure there is nowhere for them to hide. doesn't quite get the bait on the Widow Mine that Rodson was hoping for, but man, look at how much damage both these sides have taken so far, but I think Rodson is slightly ahead now.
Yeah, but I'm kind of scared for Rosin. There's still no immediate answers for these Cloak Banshees.
Yeah, and no third base actually either, so there is that. And it looks like we're gonna go for an attack. A couple of SCVs to repair, a couple of siege tanks, a couple of cloaked banshees. This could be a pretty nasty attack.
Yeah. Oh, looks like the Oracle will spot this attack ahead of time. Oh no! Oh.
Yeah, that Oracle has to stay alive. It gets the Revelation off on one banshee, but not the second one. And here comes the second one, and it does cloak. And yeah, there is absolutely no answer for this. And if Vindicta realizes this and goes for the workers, it could be all over right here. But I think he doesn't care about the workers, he just wants to go for... Oh, the tank does fall. And the Revelation goes down and revelates both Banshees this time, but there is still a tank. Bunkers start going down, they need to be denied. The Stalker's taking heavy fire, but do deny one of the bunkers. Can they deny the other one? Another one's starting. These SCVs being used to their full effect. The Banshees coming on in, but they see the shield batteries, they see all those Stalkers, and they're like, no, I guess we can't do anything just yet. Scan goes down. There are only Stalkers and such. Those are just gonna melt if these siege tanks get in good positions. The Oracle's still revelating, still trying to know exactly what's happening.
Oh
and
my
he's just
God.
clicking one. Oh, he's only clicking one Banshee at a time to bait out revelations. He doesn't realize there aren't any revelations. Oh, a blink in as the siege tanks are repositioning. Oh, that is a fearless move from Rodson, but a very good one. Now here comes the attack.
Oh!
The Widow Mine does some great damage, but all the tanks are going to fall. But at the same time, Rodson has lost almost all of his army. He's building 6 more Stalkers, though. That might just be enough to hold on. More reinforcements coming to be attacked by the Stalkers as they move across, stopping most of the Marines getting across, but the tank will survive. And a recall on those wounded Stalkers. Siege tank sieges up, tries to move forward. He's using the Banshee to spot for it. That is a lot of Blink Stalkers. The Widow Mine goes down. The Widow Mine's shot gets off, but I think that Rodson is held.
Yeah, all the tanks, all the Banshees pretty much gone at this point.
Yeah. It is still 2 bases to 2 though, and Vindicta does have SCVs to spare. Good blinks from Rodson. Those Marines fighting to the end, but now there is a lot of Blink Stalkers. Let's see what Vindicta has at home. Pretty much nothing.
Yeah,
He's building a 3rd CC though. But now Rodson is going to go on the offense with Blink Stalkers. Vindicta scans, sees the 3rd base only just now going down. It's like, okay, I need to defend. He's building a bunker, but will it be too late? No! It just gets up, but oh, the blink forward right on top of this first tank. He pulls the civvies to repair, but it's not enough. Oh, so much damage happening to Vindicta right now. He's losing so many SCVs. 11 SCVs down, but Vindicta survives. And all of a sudden, Rodson's turned around this game. And now he looks like he's in a lead.
Yeah, I mean, you got the upgrade lead, got the worker lead, also got the 3rd base running here. Oh, that's pretty
Well, not
cute.
quite running yet. And Vindicta is getting an orbital on his. And remember, Protoss usually gets theirs a lot faster than 3rd base. But that's actually, a cloaked Banshee. Look at that pylon denial. Denies 5 gateways. That was an Artosis pylon if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, for sure.
And now he's lifting off the starport from the tech lab and landing it to make a reactor to make, I think, medivacs.
Oh my
He's getting
god.
so much use out of this proxy starport. It's so funny. Both sides taking their 3rd bases. Neither side at 100 supply, despite the fact that we're more than 10 minutes in. This has been a fast and furious match. High Templar, the tech of choice for Rodson. He's getting Storm, he's gotten Charge, he's finally gotten a Robo. +1 armor starting for Rodson, +1 weapons about to finish for Vindicta. Stim and combat shield's going to finish 2 at 11 minutes. And I think this Oracle's just going to want to tag this army, see what it's up to. And it does. Those Oracles, so annoying, so useful with their tags. And yeah, medivacs are being created. They will be sent to the front. I wonder if these Stalkers might spot and intercept them though. Another Cloaked Banshee. These Cloaked Banshees doing so much damage against an opponent who doesn't have Observers. He's only got the Oracles and Phoenixes to rely on. I'd like to see him go after those Templar actually. With those Cloaked Banshees. Scan goes down, sees no Observer. And he's going for a Ghost Academy. Without Observers, those Ghosts are just going to be so nasty.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder again if he's gonna go for a mad nuke here.
I think we will, although already an Observer now on the way for Rodson. He's learned from the previous game. He's gonna go for a big Zealot Stalker Templar attack.
Oh, there's 2 medevacs flying across, so this might be a nice timing here.
Vindicta building bunkers. They're not gonna be up in time, but they will at least hurt the Zealots if they try and charge in. So he's bringing forward the Blink Stalkers to try and deny this. The medevac's coming forward from a rather dangerous location, but there is a double drop heading towards the main of Rodson as well, so Vindicta just has to hold on. He's got a lot of Widow Mines in good positions here. When the Zealots charge forward, it'll be in serious danger, and here comes the attack from Vindicta. It's going to take out this Templar, it's going to take out this pylon again, it's going to do devastating damage to the main, but in the meantime, Rodson moves forward. The Widow Mines are good, but are they good enough? I don't think they are.
Oh my
the
God.
storms, the feedbacks. So much damage being done. Can Vindicta possibly do enough on the other side of the map to make up for it? He's going after the Templar Archers, but I don't think he's even going to get it. And suddenly Rodson in a tremendous lead. Oh man, it looks like... Oh no, Vindicta lands once again. He's continuing to try and do more and more damage. But is it going to be enough? He moves forward to take out some of these Stalkers. Man, such a close fight. Again, both sides reduced to lower supplies, but Rodson definitely has the upper hand this time around.
Yeah, I mean, he still has this dirt base while Vindicta has to re-establish his dirt base at this point. And
good stasis in the middle of the map stops Vindicta from pursuing. But he's unstasis now. But this army is looking very, very scary for Rodson, as well as the economy behind it. A nuke on the way. But I don't think it's going to be in time against this army.
And look at the medevacs, they're like energy drained at this point.
8 more charge locks being warped in, and a medivac gets sniped. Finally, that proxy starport really turning against Vindicta. The EMPs are good, but they're not good enough. The snipes come down, but he loses the rest of his ghost, and he's down 40 supply. I just don't think he has enough. Good storms.
Oh,
it all gets taken out. The Argon gets taken out. He repairs the command center. Has Rodson overplayed his hand?
Oh.
He goes after the warp prism and he gets it.
But is it enough? I think this is with 2 Archons.
Oh no, it's not. GG is cold and Rodson advances to face Asraya in the winner's match. Wow.
What a great series that was.
And the day is far from over.
Yeah. Alright, that means Rodson will advance to the winners versus winners match and face Australia. That will be our next match. Of course, it's still not over for Vindicta. He still has a chance to survive. He will go to the losers versus losers match against Pfizer.
He sure will. And I'll tell Australia that he's up, even though I'm sure Vindicta is probably already telling him.
Alright, while we get that all set up, want to go ahead and do another shout out to one of our sponsors, GameStop. They have always given power to the players. Now they're bringing it specifically to esports players. GameStop's new program features coaching and more from some of the world's most prominent teams and players. You can visit GameStop's website through the Matcherino quest to learn more and also donate to our prize pool. So shout out to GameStop. Power to the players. All right, looks like WCS has ended. We've bumped up to 32 viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're just getting started, guys. We are in the halfway point. Winner versus winners match. Austria versus Rosin up next. All right. Looks like both players, Austria and Rosin, are in the chat channel, so we're gonna go ahead and have them begin their map vetoes. All right, let's go ahead and give some shout outs to, as I got some Streamlabs notification there. We do have a follow from Thalin71. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I probably butchered your name there. But anyway, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Oh, I think we had a bits notification or something. I don't remember. But anyhow, let's see who's in the chat. Hey, Miguel. Hey, Gravity. Welcome to the stream. Romsley joining us as well. Landfear as well. He's rooting for Vindicta, it seems.
Gotta have that Terran solidarity.
Yep. All right, looks like Rosin has decided to veto King's Cove, Austria, New Repugnancy, Automaton for Rosin, and then Austria for Cyberforce. All right, guys. Once again, these four players are playing to see who will make it out. The top two will make it out to advance to the semifinals for next week, which will be a best of 5. Ever since the tournament started, we have been playing best of 3s over best of 3s, but that all changes next week on Saturday, the 25th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We're gonna go ahead and start our semifinals then. Best of 5s throughout, and then once they go to the finals, it will be a best of 7 to see who will win the whole tournament and go home with that $200 prize pool.
Indeed.
Austria wanting to choose the Steps of War. Oh man, I remember that map was so hilarious. That was like one of the closest maps that one can ever have.
One base Colossus in PvT was a legitimate build.
Yeah. If you guys don't remember, it was one of those OG maps from Wings of Liberty, and a lot of cheese was happening there too. A lot of rushes.
I don't think anyone ever took a third on that map.
Yeah, I don't think so too.
The rush distance was about 15 seconds or something. I'm not even kidding. I think it was literally that far from natural to natural. You could just like leapfrog your siege tanks forward like twice and be shelling the enemy natural from your own.
Yeah.
Where yours were.
That was crazy.
It was insane.
Sometimes I wonder like how it would be like if we can have all the players play on the OG maps. Because all the all the maps will cater towards, you know, Wings of Liberty or Horde of the Swarm. And then
We should
now,
make that an April Fool's tournament.
oh yeah, that would be hilarious.
It's a legitimate tournament, but yeah, we play on all the old maps.
We could play on Metalopolis and against Steps of War.
Cloud Kingdom would probably hold up pretty well.
Oh yeah.
What was that map that was around for about 6 years?
6 years?
The map we thought it would never go away.
Damn, I don't think 6 years, but I mean, there's certain maps that lasted a lot longer than others, of course, for sure.
I know map we'd have to put in there. King Sejong Station.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That one was one of the all-time classics. Gotta have Whirlwind.
Oh, looks like not in time, unfortunately. Can't change the color. Hopefully next game they will.
Well, that could be difficult. We'll just have to do our best.
Yeah, especially since they played the same race too.
Yeah, well, that's the only reason I asked. But PvZ, it's pretty easy to tell whose units are whose, regardless of the color. Alright, in the upper left. Winning a close series against Firezerg to advance. Looking for the semi-finals. It is the number 2 seed. It is Astrea.
And spawning at the top right, it is the orange Protoss player looking to take down Australia. It is Rosden.
And Rodden is going super aggressive. He has not built a pylon yet. He's going to go for proxy gate. I think he's just going to go for proxy zealot rush.
Mm-hmm. Looking very much like it. Now
I've seen so many incredibly early proxy attacks today.
Yeah, interestingly enough.
Well, I guess 2. But then we had Firezerg's Roach Rush, which wasn't a proxy, it was still very early. We've got a lot of, very early aggression today. It always seems to be in game number 1 of the series, you notice that?
Yeah, I think they just want to like start off with a surprise.
Yeah.
Get the first win.
It's an interesting idea. A Forge! We're going to see a Zealot-based elite cannon rush based off the Zealots.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, there are actually different varieties of the Zealot rush. There's the standard, or not standard, but the normal, you know, double gateway, maybe even triple gateways, 4 gateways, Zealot rush. And then there's those that are the Zealot rush with the added bonus of the Forge cannon rush.
Yeah, this is interesting. In fact, if Rodson would have put it put that pylon in the right place, it wouldn't even be noticed in the main. And oh, he's throwing up the pylons actually in the mineral line right now.
Oh boy.
He's forcing so much lost mining time here. Is he actually gonna just cannon the mineral line 2 minutes into the game? Is this happening? Oh wow. No, it doesn't look like it's actually gonna go up.
Oh.
But he's getting a lot of distraction going while his zealots move in. 2 stalkers on the way for Rodson now though. But yeah, this cannon isn't actually gonna go up. But here come the zealots. And he's distracted Astrea significantly. But 2 stalkers are on the way now, so I think that he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, you'll be
going
more
after
than okay.
The better. Yeah, but now he's going after the probes, so the probes are going to have to be pulled. Oh, but he gets a great surround on them. Beautifully done by Astrea. I was pretty worried for him for a bit there. I don't think you can make an attack like that. I think you need to make the cannons with the support of the zealots to defend them.
Yeah, he kind of butchered
enough.
He butchered the bit on the cannon rush, I feel. Didn't get the full wall off.
And GG is called. Interesting attack, though. Very interesting attempt. Good defense by Australia. And now we will see game number 2. And Australia is one game away from advancing to the semi-finals to face off against BioIce.
Yeah, funny enough, like the rushers today has not been working out for the rusher.
Yeah, that's true. Rodson held one. Now Australia's held one. Yeah, there's been 3 very early rushes in this tournament, and not one of them has actually beaten their opponent. Pfizer in game 2, Vindicta game 1, now Rodson game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Good defense from our players today.
All right, game number 2 will be on Port Alexander.
I was just typing to ask one of them to change their colours, but
Oh.
then we started.
You know what? This next game might last so fast it wouldn't even matter.
Well, it helps that neither side ever produced the same units in that previous game.
Yeah.
Zealots versus Stalkers. Alright. In the upper left, with a skilled defense of a cannon rush and a zealot attack. Looking to advance, looking for the win right here, right now, it is Australia.
And spawning at the bottom right. With the ballsy opening last game, will we see a macro build this time around? It is Rosden.
Australia does not wall off, and I don't know if Rodson knows this playing on EU. Because if so, he could actually use that. If you recall, at sufficiently high levels of play, that can absolutely be used against Australia. Patience did that. I wonder if he'll fix that while he's in Korea, actually. I think the Koreans have what it takes to stop this habit of his and really hurt him for it.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, he's one of the guys that has been known for not walling off a lot of times against Protoss players. And I've always wondered the logic.
Are there other guys?
Yeah, probably
He's
doesn't.
the guy.
Yeah, the guy.
I haven't heard of anyone else at a high level of play who doesn't do that.
Yeah, and I'm just curious, like the logic behind it, like why he feels so comfortable enough, confident enough to not wall off.
I keep meaning to ask him.
Maybe if
but
he,
then I always forget.
yeah, maybe if he ends up winning this tournament, we can do a winner's interview and ask him about it or something.
That would be nice. I wonder if Art ends up playing you in the finals. If Art will be able to take advantage of that. I wonder if Art will prepare for Australia and prepare a strategy against it.
Yeah. Art has.
I mean, at that point, you got like a couple of $100 on the line. That's worth preparing for, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Even for players of this caliber. And Australia's going for a proxy. Okay, and it will be adepts from Rodson to take advantage of this, but Australia is going to make adepts of his own. Meanwhile, what are we going to see from Australia? Proxy Stargate, I think. Yep, there he goes. A Stargate from both sides. But a proxy for Australia.
Pretty much mirror matchup here. Or
I
mirror,
like this
mirror
Rodson
opening.
making a pylon to see which units come out, sees the adepts, and then cancels the pylon straight away. What were you saying before, Snoopy?
Oh no, I was just saying, just basically mirror openings from both players here. What we see? Yeah, this probe will go down. Oh!
Oh, Rodson gets the first shot and the second shot on the adepts, and will he actually kill one? Yes, I think he will, but I think he might lose one as well. Oh, and he does. Okay, so an even trade. Actually, a good trade for Australia, considering he hasn't walled off. Again, he isn't punished for it. He plays well. He makes it work.
Yeah, for somehow.
I just don't get why he does it in the first place.
Oh man, now the person that does wall off gets abused.
Yeah.
This doesn't make
There's only
sense.
one, so it won't do much, but it will get a scout off. It sees the Stargate. So okay, so both sides are making. Oh my god, this Oracle is just gonna kill Rodson. Look at this. He has nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing.
Oh
That's it.
no.
It's all over.
Close your eyes, guys. This is gonna
Australia
hurt.
has stalkers at home. This is just. This is it. Another Oracle comes out for Rodson, but it won't get the damage done that it needs. Australia is up 13 probes, 4 minutes into the game. Oh, but Australia is getting in with some adepts. No, he cancels them.
I think he's just lining them up, waiting for the second Oracle to arrive, and now he's gonna attack.
He's gonna go with 5 Oracles and 2. I think he's just gonna. I think he might try and bust this with Oracles and adepts. I just don't know. Oh, he's using the adepts to draw fire. He's actually. Oh my goodness! I thought this game was over, but it's not. He's doing equally powerful damage back to Australia. But he's losing a lot more for it. Remember, Australia didn't lose anything for that. But oh man, that's even more damage being done. But look at the supply. And here it comes. And yeah, 2 more Oracles. GG is called. Australia will advance to the semi-finals to face Bio Ice in a very quick series.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of damage done there by Rosden at the end, but Australia did have the second base, the second Nexus, and yep, Australia will advance. Congratulations. You can see him next week in the semifinals. But it's still not over for Rosden. He still has a chance. He will be going to face the winner of the next series, which will be the losers versus losers series between Pfizer and Vindicta. That is going to be a really nice match.
Yep. So we have our third semi-finalist. Australia guarantees himself a minimum of $50. And now, yeah, Firezerg or Vindicta, one of these great players is going to be eliminated.
Alright, while that is getting set up again, would like to go ahead and do another shout out to one of our sponsors, 24 Hour Fitness. I know you guys are enjoying this event right now and would like to want to see more amazing events just like this. You can do so by helping support 24 Hour Fitness, which is one of our sponsors. They get you can bring your friends and get your results with a fit free plan. They got studio classes, pools, cardio equipment, all included in your membership. You can either sign up in one location near you, but they also have access in over 436 locations nationwide. So yeah, if you are interested, you can just go to the Matcherino, do the quest, support them, follow the Twitter, as well as I think they have if you do the quest, they give you a 7-day free plan, so you can take advantage of that. Anyhow, let's go ahead and play a sponsor video commercial, and we'll be right back.
Time is now, place is here to rest. Feeling the holes on my soul. I see, I like, I go, I get. No one can hold me back. I see, I like, I go, I get. Go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now. Go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now.
All right, there you have it, 24 Hour Fitness. Once again, thank you for sponsoring tournaments such as this, as well as other tournaments that Alpha X has hosted. And we shall get started soon. Both players are doing their vetoes.
Yep, I just need to figure out the seed for Hino and Burning were the ones who would have been playing this match.
All right, let's go ahead and
Alright. Vindicta versus Firezerg at TVZ. Looking forward to it.
yeah, TVZ was probably my favorite matchup to watch nowadays. I mean, like,
Pretty great.
yeah,
I like Firezerg, but I'm kind of cheering for Vindicta here because I would like to see a Terran in the final four.
I think either way, we won't be able to lose with either guys advancing. I mean, both players are just so skilled, and I think we'll put up a really good fight in the semifinals.
Oh yeah, definitely. As would Rodson. Art and Sreya so far though looking nigh invincible. I don't know if has Art even dropped a game?
I don't remember. Maybe.
I know he didn't drop any games in the round of 16.
Actually, let's go ahead and take a look at the Wikipedia here, just to see. Art went 2-0 in the Group A, and then in Group A of the
Yeah,
round
he
of
went
8,
4-0
yeah, he
in
went
Group-
4-0. Yeah, so he's
Yeah, Art is yet to lose a game.
yeah, he went 4-0 on both group or both stages.
Australia, on the other hand, has gone 4-1 in both stages, so it does look more vulnerable. But still, number 1 and the number 2 seed have advanced in first place both times, just as expected.
Oh, I guess they have some. He got himself. I mean, he got the other guy blocked. Okay. I guess something happened on ladder.
I guess so. BioIce, on the other hand, came in as, let's see, what seed was BioIce when this whole thing started? He was the 5th seed, so pretty high up. Meanwhile, Rodson is the 6th seed, while Vindicta and Firezerg don't really count because they replaced other players. So we do have high seeds advancing,
Mm-hmm.
but not necessarily all of the highest seeds. For instance, I believe Uzi Cody was our 3rd or 4th seed, and he got knocked out in the round of 16, so no one is invulnerable.
Yeah, that was probably one of the, I think, the bigger surprises, especially since he got eliminated early on.
Yeah. Alright, so Automation, Automaton, King's Cove, Year Zero, New Repugnancy. So we've got Cyber Forest, Port, and Kairos as our maps.
All right.
Cyber Forest will be first. We will be going to loser's pick for the best of 5s and best of 7 in finals week, when that strategy of what maps to pick when will matter significantly more. But for best of 3s, we've decided to move away from it because there's only really one decision to make, and it's between 2 maps, so it's usually not a big deal anyway. Finals week is going to be pretty great. So yes, we have Australia versus BioIce as our second match. Now it's Art versus the winner of versus the second place in this group for the second semi-finals. So let's determine what that is. In the upper left, taking the fight to Rodson, but just falling short at the end. Can he beat Firezerg? It is Vindicta.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have the orange Zerg player. He is on fire. He is Fire Zerg.
First TVZ of the day. And last TVZ of the day. Since the next match will be a PVT or a PVZ to finish things off.
Yep. No, after thinking about it, I think I'm just going to go ahead and root for Vindicta here. Just because, you know, since Bio Ice already advanced to the round of 4, we have a Zerg in the round of 4. I think it'll be nice to have a Terran there.
Yeah, that was the same reason I voted for him. That was the same reason I was rooting for him. But nevertheless, we are casters. We shall be objective.
I mean, yeah, we already have a Protoss and Zerg in the semifinals, so why not have a Terran there? Get the
Indeed.
the race balance there.
We do have 2 Protosses, but we can't really blame that on the current state of the game. Our top 2 seeds going into this were both Protosses, and they both very good, Art and Australia. And as expected, they both made it into the semis. And I wouldn't be too surprised to see them meet in the finals, just as they have in the last couple of MVP Cups.
Yeah, although I think, yeah, Art has been kind of getting Australia's number in terms of the MVP Cups.
Interesting. I wonder if that will change with preparation, or if Art will be able to exploit Australia's unusual style. But, of course, first they have to get there. 6 Lings, 2 Queens, speed on the way for Zerg, so 6 Lings, I don't think he wants to get aggressive with this. He might though, it is Cyber Forest. And we do have just a Marine for Vindicta, no Reaper. Wait, no, the Reaper's already moving across the map. My timings are off. Looks like he does just want to defend with these Lings then, make sure that he doesn't take any damage from the Reaper. Can't actually jump up to the natural, to the main on this map. So, oh, he's playing a very fast lair. He's got stuff planned. That's why he doesn't want. He's made 6 Lings because he does not want Vindicta into that main. He does not want to let him scout. I wonder what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Still only got the 1 gas.
Oh, you know what? I think it's possible that he might go for a Nidus here. I mean,
I think he'd have a bit more gas for that, though. I think a Nidus network costs 200 gas to build.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But he's not using his gas for anything else. He's just getting
the other
wing
likely
speed.
choice is a Spire. And a Spire also costs 200 gas, so I'm not sure what this might be. And yeah, he is building the hatch. He's not building extra queens either, which is what I would expect if he was going for a Nidus.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh.
But he is. Huh. This is a very strange Nidus network. I suppose he's up to 29 drones, so perhaps this is a bit of a fakeish Nidus. He's going to attack with it, but he's not actually going all in with this Nidus. He's just trying to sneak some Zergs and some Lings into the main or something like that. But there is already a Viking around. There is a Marine on patrol, but that's not where the Nidus is going to come from. Alright, there's the Overseer. And he's making a lot of Lings, so this isn't an all-in by any means, but it does need to do some damage as the Hellions move out across the map.
But Vindicta was some really nice patrolling here. Will deny this, or at least scout this really early. And there we go.
The Nidus network, the Nidus worm is spotted, but knowing is only half the battle. He sends the Hellions back. There's going to be a lot of Lings and Queens. He lands the Viking to try and kill this. Will he get it in time? Oh, he just does. But here comes the second Nidus network. He needs to kill this Overseer, or else Nidus networks will just keep coming. And oh, he doesn't wall up. He can't get the wall up in time.
Oh no!
The Lings are flooding into the natural. More and more Nidus networks being created. He needs to find time to kill that Overseer. And with these Hellions, with these SCVs, he will take out these Lings, which means there won't be a ton, but the Queens do come on out of the Nidus network and heal it up, so it is denied. But with these Hellions turning into Hellbats, the Queens will actually be finished off, but look at all the SCVs that have been killed. and more Nidus networks coming on up. This is just such a nasty place, such a nasty thing to try and stop. More Lings come flooding out, attacking the Hellbats. But neither side is giving up, neither side is giving any quarter. The Queen cannot make it to the Nidus. That Overseer still alive, still getting damage done.
Oh, but actually the wall is still not
Yeah, the wall's not back up. The Hellbats do move a lot slower than the Hellions.
Oh, he's going for it.
The Viking lifts up. And oh, this is just a fake Nidus. It's not actually unloading, it just wants to buy time for the Zerglings to do more and more damage. And now Fire Zerg's macroing out of this, he's gonna have double the workers of Vindicta.
Yeah, he's got that third base. He's just droning up on the production tab. Supply block for Vindicta, so he's got to remake those before he can even make additional SCVs or army units.
Yeah, but he is about to have Stim, so I think he's just going to go for an all-out Marauder Hellbat push.
Oh, he just gonna...
yeah, he could have gotten a few more of those Lings. He gets some now. Baneling Nest on the way for Fire Zerg to defend against the counter-attack, and this is a scary army, but if Vindicta doesn't win with this, he loses.
Yeah, these Banelings are actually going to be pretty late. It's
Yeah.
going to be a close call.
The Hellbats and Marauders come on in. Oh, I think he's got concussive shells. So these Queens, there's going to be nowhere for them to run. There are so many Hellbats, they're just going to annihilate everything. Good lift on those Marauders. They need to be kept alive to deal with the Queens. And it looks like Fire Zerg is in serious trouble. The Banelings come in. The splits are amazing.
But I don't think
this
it's enough.
fire was so low, including the energy, but I just think it might be too much.
Oh,
Vindicta
man.
advances forward. The Hellbats begin to die off. The Banelings do not finish in time. The Queens have nowhere to escape. Oh, but here comes another round of Lings. Oh, those SCVs are so close to death. But they still live, just. So much damage being done. Oh, the drones are being pulled off the line. All of a sudden, Fire Zerg is losing his workers. Oh, the tide has turned. And with just a few tiny, barely alive units left, I think Vindicta has turned the tides.
Yeah, I
Now
think
he's the one in the lead.
pretty much GG at this point.
That's what I thought before, but it wasn't. But we'll see. Oh, and he lifts them up and retreats. And now Vindicta's up 10 workers, and Vindicta is still not done. He could just try and drop at this third base, but no, he chooses not to. He backs away. Oh man, good counterattack. These games just keep getting better and better.
I know, right? Very back and forth.
The round of 16 was amazing. This is even better than that. Wall is attempted with these engineering bays. Few SCVs are going to go down. Widowmine does burrow to send those flying away. And now, Fire Zerg is the one struggling to recover. We're going to have 1-1 shortly for Vindicta. Fire Zerg hasn't started the engineering base. Fire Zerg is getting Baneling speed and Evo Chamber, so he's preparing for that later game. But economically, he's in a pretty bad spot as Vindicta starts his third.
Yeah, he needs to drone up like mad crazy, which he's doing right now. 6 drones on the production tab. Baneling speed about to be done, so that's definitely going to help against the Hellbats. But I don't think it's going to be done in time before this attack hits.
Yeah, Vindicta knows that Fire Zerg needs to drone up like crazy, which is why that's exactly what he's not going to let happen.
Yeah, and look at the army supply there. 37 to 18. Almost 20
That's a
supply
lot of Widow
ahead.
Mines. And they're in good positions, but the Queens are getting a nice arc.
Oh, nice.
Oh, even unburrows the Widow Mines to prevent them from being baited. Good move. A few of the Widow Mines do go off now, but now all of a sudden, I don't think that Vindicta can actually push forward and get the kill here, but he's absolutely doing tremendous damage. And now he's just going to back away. Very nicely done. Baneling speed does now finish, but there aren't really that many Banelings. And Vindicta gets a fresh wave of Marines to move forward, and I think this might be it.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Firezerg needs some money Baneling shots. He does have Baneling speed this time around, so easier to connect.
But the Widow Mines may just protect him.
Yeah.
He only has a couple of Banelings. He's splitting up well. Oh, those are some good connections, but I just don't know if they're good enough.
Oh, half his army is across the map, not helping to defend, which is difficult.
Oh, good Banelings again, though, and he doesn't have any medivacs in the area. Firezerg holds for now.
Oh.
And he's attacking the third base and the natural at once. Oh my god, he's taking out so many workers.
Can he turn this around?
He's trying. He's really trying his best. I think he just might. I think Vindicta's still ahead, but not by as much as he was a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, I mean, the worker count is right now back in favor of Firezerg, but not by much. And the real thing is, or the real thing that Firezerg needs to watch out is the upgrade lead that Vindicta has.
Yep, it's 1-1 to 0-0, and it's only going to get worse, although Vindicta has not yet started +2 armor. A few Lings are going to attack this third, which is not actually being defended right now. Although you will spot a Widow Mine that is spotting Widow Mine. So that won't do a bunch of damage, but it will get a scout off. Meanwhile, a drop heading out from Vindicta to attack that main base. Both sides so low on supply for this point in the game. We've had a lot of scrappy, constant back and forth games where so much has died in this tournament, but everyone here is so resilient, so difficult to actually kill. It really is tremendous games that we're seeing.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, nice defense there by Firezerg. Doesn't really lose anything except an Overlord.
Yep, Vindicta's going to move out. I think he's probably going to want to clear creep, and in the meantime, that Widow Mine kills a couple of Banelings.
Oh, but there's a Baneling in the natural of Vindicta. Gets 6 SCVs.
Oh, wow. Where did that even get? How did that even get in?
And also at the dirt base too, he's getting... Oh my god, these Banelings!
Oh lord, 20 SCVs have been killed!
Now he just needs to defend the attack at the front of his natural.
Oh, all these drones though, they're so vulnerable. Oh, he goes after the spore instead, but these drones could be trapped. Marines going after the queens, I don't know about that. And Firezerg forces it away. But in the meantime, he's preparing for another attack. He's moving forward on 2 fronts. He's up 20 supply. And here comes a Nidus Worm for a counterattack. But I think Vindicta's ahead here. It's still 3 bases to 3, remember. Here comes the Ling Bane.
Oh no.
Decent splits from Vindicta. I think he's got enough here.
Yeah, this is too much. All the Banelings detonated on the Marauders.
GG is called.
Good try by Firezerg, but Vindicta just pulling out the win there with some great play.
Alright, Firezerg is now on the ropes. He is 1 game away from elimination. From contenders, not from champions. And Vindicta, 1 game away from a chance at revenge. That would be a pretty crazy revenge match.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see it.
Both these players were substituted for today. They filled in for Hino and Burning. So once again, thank you to both of these players for filling in, but also thank you for pulling up a really nice first game there. Let's see if they can pull up another one in this game too.
Absolutely, we're just glad that Alpha X has such a deep and skilled roster that I was able to find replacements for these players that were of the same caliber or even higher than the ones we had.
Yeah, there's pros and cons of having a large clan, and that's one of the pros where you can actually get replacements for situations such as this.
Absolutely, there aren't many other clans where you can find like 5.7k plus players of the right race to replace people in a tournament on relatively short notice.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when most of them are already in the tournament. In the top left, losing a fierce game number 1. He's on the ropes, facing elimination. Can he come back? It is Firezerg.
And spawning at the bottom right, it is the blue Terran player with an impressive game 1 win. Looking to close it out, it is Vindicta.
We shall have to see what both these players do. My God, the games have been so good today.
Yeah, man, I couldn't ask for better games.
The only one-sided series so far has been Australia versus Rodson, but even that one was so quick that didn't even matter. But yeah, every other series has been bitter and hard fought and scrappy to the end.
For sure.
And I hope we see a similar game from these guys again. I hope we go to a game 3. Thank you to all of you watching. Thank you to our sponsors. And thank you to OSC. They're the ones who indirectly bankrolled this event since we did well in their team championship event, which I believe is actually still going. We were able to bring this $500 tournament to you and bring these players here to show you their absolute best.
Yep.
Now, the biggest tournament Alpha X has ever run.
And it has not disappointed yet.
No, it has not. We've had a couple of difficulties with players, but in the end, it has all turned out well because we've gotten this incredible group.
Alright, looks like we have Speed on the way here. Still has not yet pulled drones off the gas. So he's gonna maybe get some fast lair just like last game, maybe.
Yeah. I wonder if he's gonna get aggressive or go for Overlord speed. I think that he's probably gonna try and get aggressive, knowing Firezerg. He's made 6 lings, but that seems to be his standard thing. He wants a little bit of extra safety against that Reaper. And again, yeah, he's again using it to deny scouting. He's going for that lair again. It actually almost worked in the first game, remember?
Yeah.
It came so close. In fact, it did work. It was just the counterattack that hurt Firezerg enough to bring him back into to bring Vindicta back into the game. We'll have to see if that will work again. And
with Cyberforce and Port Alexander, they both of those maps have only like one entranceway for the Reaper, so it makes build orders such as these much more effective, especially since, again, Cyberforce and Port Alexander, their main bases have a lot of dark areas that you can hide those Niduses in. So really nice call there by Firezerg to try this build once again. Yeah, it's been excellently planned. And there was nothing wrong with the build itself, and Firezerg identified that. A lot of players would have just been like, oh, I lost with this build, I can't do it again. But Firezerg identified why he lost with it. Yeah, but Vindicta... And he identified it. Yeah, Vindicta, he's really good at scouting those. I mean, he's got the Marines patrolling, and expect that Viper, if he decides to go for it. Or not Viper, Viking to patrol. He's going for a fusion core. He's going to go for battle cruisers. Oh my god, we've seen it all. Mass nukes playing the special build. But against Niduses, this doesn't go so well. I'm a bit worried for Vindicta here, but also wondering if we might see a game 3 here, which would be pretty thrilling, but he is getting a tank as well. I think we are going to see a battle cruiser, but he doesn't quite have the money for it yet. I think that's because he's making this tank because he suspects something's up. Normally you don't make a tank with this, you just go straight into the BC because you need 300 gas for that. And here comes the Nidus. And he sees it. In the meantime, some Lings moving into the natural to prevent a lot of these units from defending against the Nidus in the main, which is the true threat. Oh! Oh, the Hellions! Oh, that's not good at all. And the Queens are going to come out and more Lings. I think Vindicta is in serious trouble. I think he might just be moving to a game number 3 here. Yeah, these Hellions are just not doing what they're just not doing what they need to do. All of these SCVs going down, and that's it.
That's all she wrote. I don't see how Vindicta can recover from this. There's so many queens, more and more Niduses are going to be coming up. Vizerg has double the supply. This time, it is a night and day from the previous game. Vindicta's going for a build that just will not help out. Even the battle cruiser probably wouldn't be enough now against all these queens. And that battle cruiser would be the only unit that he would get. The queen comes out, and the tank comes out and is immediately destroyed. GG is called, and we will be moving on to a game number 3.
Wow.
Vizerg with the double attack, the attack at the natural, then the Nidus in the main. Vindicta with a bit of miss by crew and an incorrect build, and that's all it takes.
All it takes.
I don't think you can go for that build unless you scout a third base on the way. Did Vizerg make a fake third?
I don't recall.
No, it doesn't look like he did. He built a hatchery at 3.5 minutes. Around when he made his Nidus, so I guess he did. But it was pretty late. And since the Reaper didn't get in to see the main, Vindicta could have known something was up, but probably also didn't expect the same build twice. Vizerg outplaying him here.
Yeah, I mean, he used
tactically and strategically.
He used the initial links to distract him from targeting the Nidus, and that allowed him to bring up the Nidus. I mean, if he walled off and immediately responded to the Nidus, I think he could have held off in time for the battle cruisers to pop out.
Is Vindicta like whispering you to say he's ready? Because I never see his ready message in the chat. I don't think.
Oh, I saw it in the lobby.
I only saw Vizerg's. That's weird.
Oh.
Alright, in the upper left. Playing a very decisive Nidus build. Lost game number 1, won game number 2. What is he going to do in the last game? It is Vizerg.
Alright, and in the bottom right, we have the blue Terran player. Will he bring out the battle cruiser rush once more? It is Vindicta.
No, he will not. At least not right away, because he is proxy.
Oh boy. This is his tournament life on the line.
Yeah, he is fearless. He's setting out a third SCV.
Yep, he's going for it. He's pulling the same build order that he went against Australia.
No, it's slightly
Rostin?
different. Though he sent out 2 SCVs all at once there. I think he's bringing these SCVs around for bunkers. I think he might build 3 racks, but I don't think he'll build 4.
Oh, and that Overlord is not going to scout this.
Ooh, no, it's not. It is scouting for a proxy, but it scouts not quite far enough. Will we see a 4th barracks? That is, in fact, the question. Oh, man. What a crazy series.
I know, right? These guys are bringing it
like,
out.
oh, if you're just going to beat me with Niduses, well, I'm just going to kill you before you get to a Nidus.
Just bring out all the tricks under their sleeves.
And it looks like it is just going to be 3 racks. Just 3 racks.
And SCV pools too. Oh, and the Overlord just barely scouts that.
Okay, he knows something's up. He moves out his lings to spot what's going on. He's going after this Marine.
Oh, that's a big
the Marine's
pick-off.
taking some serious damage already. He cannot lose that.
Oof.
Close. But that's bought a lot of time for Vizerg to get more up. He's building a Roach Warren as well. Doing whatever he can to delay this push. Cancels the hatch. Interesting choice. Builds a spine. Bunker's going up on the low ground, but he's like, wait a minute, there's nothing here. But Vindicta could probably just get a contain going on the low ground at this point, I think.
Yeah,
I guess that's what the Roaches and Ravages are for.
Since it's 3 racks, it wasn't super, like, all in. Although he did pull a lot of SCVs, so he's gotta make this pay.
That's true. That's very much true.
Oh!
I think
He's gonna lift it to the main base.
Yeah, he's gonna bring the barracks in to basically deny some surface area and also be able to continue to produce units. Roaches are now on the way though. And then he can turn them into Ravagers and break these bunkers. What a match this has been. Both sides so decisive with their movements and choices. And the roaches are out. Turning into Ravagers.
Oh, does he go for it? Does he snipe it?
He's going for it. The eggs have a lot of armor.
Oh my god.
I didn't even know you could transfuse an egg.
I know, right? I didn't even know that too. Oh my god. You learn
So
something
well
new
done.
every day.
The spine is in range though of some of these marines.
Oh, even that queen. The queen. Oh my god, he
Yeah,
saved
he
the queen
saves
too.
it. He marches forward, takes out this bunker, and is going to force his way out of this contain, and even saves that roach as well, which will turn into a Ravager and keep alive. Beautifully done. This bunker cannot survive. Oh, he's using the barracks to get vision of the high ground. Very nice. Get that a little bit more damage done. Now Firezo's going to take a hatchery, and I assume he's going to go for a counterattack. There's very little at home, actually.
Oh, actually, I thought he was gonna land there.
This could actually be serious trouble for Vindicta. He's only got Marines and a bunker.
Yeah, and since
You need tech units to deal with these Ravagers.
exactly. The saving grace will be that bunker.
And he's doing well by keeping that high ground against the Roaches and Ravagers. That's actually really, really helpful.
Oh, but with the fourth Ravager.
Now he moves the Lings forward so he can attack. Oh, wow, and he snipes
nice.
a Ravager. Oh, this is just brilliantly done by Vindicta. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Azog forced to move around to fight these Marines.
Oh my god, they're just gonna pass each other. Oh.
He's out of position.
Oh.
And now, this main is empty. Completely and utterly, and even the bunker is going to go down. He's going to try and flank the Ravagers with Marines and SCVs. And it will actually succeed. What is the world coming to? As Vindicta defense.
And he's got the tank out, and I think he could make a push right now.
Yeah, and he's going to. More roaches on the way. There is still no natural for Vindicta, remember. Firezerg is going up to 3 bases, so this is pretty much all in by Vindicta. Though as we see, no all in is truly all in if you do enough damage. Even this barrack has just been landed next to the 3rd base to continue to pump out Marines. Oh, and he's going to take out these one of these Ravagers too. Right off the bat, well done. The Raxes are moving forward to get better positioning. A flank is attempted, does not quite work out.
Oh man, Firezerg is doing really nicely buying time here.
Yeah, he sure is. Good kiting from Vindicta though.
Remember guys, there's no... Oh, nice.
Saves that tank.
There's
There
no
is
second
no-
base for Vindicta, so he needs to kill him with this attack.
Yeah. He really does. It's 1 base against 3. Even taking out a base isn't going to be good enough. Vindicta's going to move forward with these tanks. He's building a Banshee as well. He's got these Raxes up so far forward to continue to build stuff. This is a bizarre game.
Yeah. Oh no, does not want to lose the Marines here.
Yeah, he's got to fight with his tanks, otherwise he doesn't stand a chance. He's got 3 tanks now, though. I think he wants to bait Firezerg into attacking into him, but Firezerg has 3 bases. He knows he has no need. He sees it with his Overlord that there is no natural. He knows he doesn't have to attack. Vindicta is very slowly moving forward, though.
Yeah, this is gonna be the slow push, but he needs to make sure he doesn't lose those Marines one by one.
That is very much true, and Firezerg has a bunch of Lings ready for the flank. Or is it a counterattack? It looks like he's going to go for a counterattack with them. And try and snipe reinforcements. Oh, if he's paying attention, he could have gotten that tank, but he's not. I know he sends a few Lings after the tank, and the others... Oh, they get into the main! The wall is not up! And there goes the units for Vindicta, so Vindicta has to go, and he has to go now. Because these are all the units he's going to have. He keeps that tank alive. He's got 4 tanks. He's gonna go for it. His workers are all running and fleeing and dying. It is now or never, as here it goes. And a lot gets killed for Fire Zerg. Vindicta trying to move forward, but every unit is so precious. He needs these tanks to live. He's bunching up a little bit.
Oh, but the links come from behind.
Oh, beautiful flank. All of the tanks will go down, and that's it. Fire Zerg will move on to game number 3. He survives.
Wow.
So well done.
Well done there by Fire Zerg.
And now both sides will play one final game and duel for elimination. I'll be back in 1 moment.
Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and reset the scoreboard. We got our last match coming up here. It will be Rodston versus Fire Zerg. Alright, and guys, remember this is to determine who will advance to the semifinals. Best of 3 to keep their whole tournament hopes alive. What a game just then. I mean, both players could have had plenty of chances to win the series and win the game, but Pfizer with a really nice defense there. Remember, he didn't scout the proxy until like really late. His Overlord kind of switched directory and wasn't able to scout the proxies. But man, despite that, he made the really smart decision to cancel the hatchery at the natural, and just transition straight into roaches. And yeah, just really well done there by Fire Zerg. But he still has one monster to overcome. Rosin is a hella good Protoss player. So we'll see how he does against Rosden. Guys, thank you once again for tuning in this far. Actually, I remember there was some alerts in the middle of the game. Let's go ahead and see what's up. We do have a follow by Ro8 so thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
What's going on?
They're starting the map videos, I think.
Wait, is that the end of the match?
Isn't
I thought it was 1-1 before.
What?
I thought it was 1-1 after that game, was it? Let me check my match history.
Oh, I hid. Oh, you gotta watch your replays because I hid the match history.
Let's see. No, they did play 3 games. You're right.
Yeah, so it's
one of the games was just so quick.
Yeah,
yeah, that's right. The first 2 games were both Niduses.
So we're in the last series here against with Rosin versus Fire Zerg to determine who will advance to the semifinals.
Yes, we are.
Ooh.
Sorry, getting up at super early.
No,
ruins my cognitive ability.
You're all good. Boy, Landfair in the chat saying really good games, and I 100% agree. We certainly have had a lot of great games today.
We have.
All right. Let's see. First veto will be Kairos by Rosden. Automaton will be the first map video from Pfizer. I'm kind of sad that Automaton we didn't play on one of the maps that none of the players wanted to play, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is an interesting one. I quite like it.
Alright, looks like we'll be starting on Cyber Forest, followed by Port Alexander and Year 0 here.
Alrighty.
Alright, let's get the players in the game as well as yourself.
For our final match, we've had 3 2-1s. Will we get a 4th today? I hope so.
Yep. And whoever wins this automatically doubles their prize pool from 25 to 50.
That is correct. And advances to finals week.
And here we go. Game number 1.
We've had some amazing games of StarCraft tonight. It all ends here. 2 or 3 games to determine the final semi-finalist. And we just got 1 more week to go. In the upper left, squeaking out a win across Vindicta, threatening Australia more than anyone has so far. Looking for a victory, can he do it? It is Firezerg!
And spawning at the bottom right, we have the red Protoss player. Can he burn out the fire from Firezerg? It is Rosden.
You know, I really think Firezerg can do this. He really did threaten Australia quite hard, and Australia is a very good player. As we saw with his match against Rods.
Yeah, I mean, Firezerg, I've been saying he's been playing really well all day long, every game.
Yeah, and because he was able to fight Australia, his ZVP is clearly very strong.
Yeah, definitely had a few chances to win against Australia.
But you know, Rodson is no slouch either. I was surprised to see him get first out of his group, but he did.
He will scout.
He got out over Light, and Light was really good.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll just have to wait and see. We are seeing that aggressive opening from Firezerg that he loves so much. It is Cyber Forest, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that turn into something very aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the maps which is pretty easy to wall off the natural, so I'm curious why he went for the early. I think it's just for safety purposes probably. Although he's still mining gas. Oh yeah, there he goes.
It's also a very short rush distance. But I think part of the reason is also just to keep his opponents guessing. The 17-17 can turn into just about anything. So even in a macro game, they don't know if he's going to do something like this instead, where he goes for the roaches.
Yeah, and it goes
that's exactly
unscouted.
What he's doing. Rodson probably was watching the series against Firezerg. So he's, chronoing out a Zealot to defend against these Lings, but that's far from the only threat. Roaches are about to pop, and we will see 4 of them. Nope, 3. And he'll need an Overlord soon enough. Oh, he already has one, so let's see how many more roaches he wants to make. Does he want to make any, or just go for a bunch of Lings? And the probe tries to get in. I believe it will see that there's not many drones. Firezerg pulls some drones to his natural to make it look like he's going for an attack. He's not going for an attack. So you're going to see Ravagers and Lings. And the Speedlings are going to get this at depth. Oh, that's huge.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, he recalls it. He knows. He knows something's up. Oh, it just barely survives with 6 hit points left. 2 more shots from the Lings would have killed it. Will it be sniped? But will that adept survive, or will it be sniped down by a Ro8 Ravager? The shield battery is nearly done, but it's not quite there yet.
Oh, I'm quite
and the
scared.
zealot is in serious danger. He needs to force field himself off now.
That's the Artosis pylon right there.
Yes, it is, and he's gonna go for it. Will the shield battery protect it?
Oh!
No! And he manages to force field himself off again, but he's not building any more units. He's not capable of doing so. And I believe that Fire Zerg is gonna push through and achieve what he couldn't achieve against Asraya. I think he's got this. More and more Lings come flooding in. An Immortal is done, but Lings are pretty good against Immortals.
Oh, no,
And he's going to just continue to attack these pylons, even though one of them, only one gate is powered. He's not going to want to let any of these gates get powered up again. And they're all going to go down and die. Well, I guess not, he's just going to charge on forward, and here he goes. There's 2 Immortals. But the firepower is just so great from these roaches and from these Ravagers and Lings. The Immortals have nowhere to retreat. GG is called, and Fire Zerg takes a very swift game number 1. His aggression finally paying off. This is the 5th time that so far that we've seen very aggressive games attempted, and the first time in the whole day that it's worked.
I know, right? Oh my god.
Wait, no, actually, no, it's like the 7th time, and it's the 2nd time it worked, because Fire Zerg went for a couple of aggressive Nidus plays against Vindicta. They just weren't, like, proxies. Like I said, Nidus Worm is always a proxy in a way. So Fire Zerg made it work against Vindicta, now he's made it work against Rodzen. Rodzen is now 1 game away from elimination.
We'll see if Rodzen can answer back here.
We will. So it'll be interesting. Will Fire Zerg go for something similar? Will he play a macro game? Seen a lot of aggression. It could all be over in a few short minutes. Do not look away. As Fire Zerg vs Rodzen game number 2 begins, it could be our final match of the round of 8.
And it will be on Port Alexander.
In the upper left, he smells blood in the water. He's going for the kill. What will he do? It is Fire Zerg.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have the orange Protoss player. Hoping to tie up and send it to the ace match. It is Rosden.
I think we're going to see that 17-17 again, but I don't know if we're going to see early aggression. Fire Zerg is definitely known for it, but it doesn't do it every game.
Yeah, and this map is pretty large compared to Cyberforce, so I don't expect him to go for the same build here.
And he's not, he's going hatch first. There you go, you were right. So we'll probably see a bit more of a sedately paced game this time around. This is normally the time that I, do some small talk, but I realize I have not had a chance this entire tournament to actually do that. We've just had so much to talk about.
Yeah.
So tell me, Snoopy, what have you been up to this week?
This week, what has been happening? Well, I've enjoyed a couple of WCS streams as well as Alpha Pro series. And nothing much actually. How about you?
Not a ton. I've been getting back into tennis. Played a couple
Ooh.
of matches. It's been fun.
Yeah, I'm actually just craving for some tennis season to come back with all the, the majors and stuff.
Yeah, I think the French Open's got to be pretty close.
It's been a while since I've seen Serena Williams play, so Want to see
Yeah,
her back in action.
She's crazy good.
Mm-hmm.
Just monstrously athletic. Like the Nadal of the women's game.
Also, I want her to break the record because she has like I think, or not. Yeah, she got like one less major championships titles overall in history.
Who beat her? Margaret Court?
Yeah, I think so. I think she is like somewhere around like 24 to 25 or something. Like it's really close.
There you go. That would be nice to see. It's a great game, really. It reminds me a bit of StarCraft, actually. And you've got that, the tactics, but you've also got the mechanics. But unlike StarCraft, the points are so quick that you've kind of got time to, start it to try again.
Yeah.
Whereas in StarCraft, you make a mistake, you lose a game, it's like, oh, that might be 5-10 minutes down the drain instead of, like, 30 seconds.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the game of tennis. I think the only thing that I wish that was different was the commentator. They're like the golf commentators where it's like really boring and really quiet sometimes.
I know, right? Hype up the crowd.
Yeah.
Talk about what makes the players so amazing.
I wish it were more like football and basketball commentators.
Yeah. I like that they don't talk during the points, but they could definitely make it more exciting between points. We should be tennis casters.
Yeah, that would be funny. Although I'm not like expertly knowledgeable in tennis for me to commentate on that. I know the basics, but not the in the details of it.
I'm far from an expert either. When it comes to tennis, I'm probably like a gold or platinum player. And what's known in tennis is a 3.5 player, which is basically like just past the beginner stages. I'm an intermediate player. Barely. I'm working my way up to be like a solidly intermediate player, which is a 4.0, which is more like platinum or diamond.
Ah, I see.
I took a look at what percentage of players tended to be at what ranks, because I wanted to get an idea of how good the ranks were, and then I turned them into StarCraft ones, which I understand well.
Alright, we got some hardcore harass here, getting some 3 drones, getting out safely, so nicely done.
Yeah, we do have a lot of lings outside of the natural of Fire Zerg, which I find an interesting strategy.
Yeah.
We are going to see an Archon drop, it looks like, from Rodzen.
I'm thinking FireZerg really wants to cancel that third base or delay it as long as possible.
Definitely. Meanwhile, the Oracles haven't done a ton of damage. We are getting the lair. We are seeing a pretty standard game, which is kind of unusual for this tournament. Oh, and Rodzen hasn't got like a great wall off or anything, so these Zealots and Adept are going to be surrounded. The Adept is in a nice position though, but the 2 Zealots will go down, and now the Adept... Oh, some of these lings do need to run around, and they do. And all of the units are down, but the Oracle is going to come back, and the Oracles are going to come back, and they are going to defend against this. I don't think he's even going to lose the pylon. So Rodzen keeps his third, and will go for that Archon drop. We do have a few roaches though, but they're going in the wrong direction.
Oh, actually, these Archon drops can do a lot of damage. He's droning up.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's got enough roaches to defend this, but they need to be in position to do so. Queen will go down, and he's going to lose a few drones, I think. Ooh. Gets a very nasty shot off. Loses a lot of mining time. And now here come the roaches. But the damage has been done. Well, not a ton of damage, but still a decent amount. And the Warp Prism does get out. Rodzen hasn't lost anything except some APM to do this. As he's continuing to produce and chrono Immortals out and make more gates. Preparing for a longer game. I would like to see FireZerg take a third base much earlier than he did against Destroyer. That's one thing I did notice in his play. As he throws down a Spire. So pretty similar game as Firezerg versus Australia game number 1, except without the cancelled Roach Warren.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if Firezerg's able to turn it around this time around against an opponent who may perhaps, while still very strong, might not be quite at Australia's level. And we do see Storm coming out for Rodzin.
The one key thing
As he
was
gets a second robo.
Yeah, the one key thing during the Australia match was that Australia did scout the mutas really early, so he gave him time
that's
to
true.
make the Phoenix. But this time around, he's not yet scouted it. There's no hallucinated Phoenix, nor is he sending his Phoenix to scout that Spire. So he's gonna actually scout this pretty late.
That is a fantastic point, and I completely agree.
Game paused.
All right.
Rodzin paused a game before, but it wasn't for very long.
Yeah,
So
hopefully.
hopefully we get this back quickly.
Yeah.
In the meantime, the Spire is just about done. Rodzin has no idea it's coming.
Yeah, this actually could be pretty scary.
Definitely.
I mean, his army is consisted of just basically Zala, Immortal, and a few High Templars. Storm is halfway done, but as we know, during this stage of the game, you can kite your mutas fairly well, especially when there's only a few numbers of mutas. And then there's no cannons in the mineral lines or no Phoenix in production, so we'll see how Rosin responds to this.
There are Archons, so if he scouts it very soon, he can still figure this out in time to get Archons at his various bases.
Yeah, we shall see. Hopefully, Rosin doesn't take too long.
Indeed.
Anyhow, let's see what's happening in the chat here. Romsley says, I want a Zergling rush. Well, I guess he kind of went for a Zerg. Well, not kind of.
It had a lot of Zerglings in it.
Yeah.
Just supported by Ravagers.
So it looks like clearly Romsley is rooting for Firezerg to make it out of the group. Oh, there we go.
Alright.
Game resumed.
And here we go. Warp Wisdom wanting to get some damage done, but it does have to fly over a Spore. So that Warp Wisdom is actually in some serious trouble. It's going to have to warp away, and that means that Firezerg is free to attack. He's got 10 Mutalisks, he's got a lot of Roaches. There's a ton of Immortals though, so that he should be okay against the Roaches, but those Immortals will not help him at all against the Mutalisks. So it's going to be a double threat here. He's moving his Roaches across the map.
Oh, some Stasis Ward here. These could actually be really, really key. If he doesn't
He's sending
see
out
this,
some Zealots again.
Oh my god.
Ooh, yeah, that's very good. He goes after an Archon, doesn't even get it. But remember, this is more of a distraction tactic than anything else, because the real threat here is the Mutalisks.
Ah, yes. Oh, but
And here they come. He sees it. He only just now spots it. He makes Stalkers, and he's making a Phoenix. But here come the Mutalisks doing their devastating work to the probes of Rodzin. Is he going to go straight for the Stalkers? It looks like he will. He's going to try and take them all down and prevent a critical mass from being built. And in the meantime, Roaches are attacking the third base, but I think they will be cleaned up by the army. But they do kill more and more workers as the Phoenixes do come in to defend. They will fend off these Mutalisks eventually, but in the meantime, Rodzin is taking so much damage. He's down a ton of supply. He's got a lot of Immortals, so he'll be fine against his Roach-based army. but there's Hydralisks being built in, and how long is Rodson going to be able to hold out without much economy? He's rebuilding his economy now. A lot of the Immortals are not firing, but yeah, these Roaches are just going to be running into a meat grinder here. Beautiful warp in to stop those Roaches closing in on the Immortal, and all of a sudden Firezerg loses about 50 supply in a matter of seconds, because he did not know when to back out. He cannot fight this with a Roach-based army. There are 5 Immortals here. And Rodson actually holds on.
Yeah, pretty impressive holds considering he didn't scout those mutas early on.
So
and
right on top of him, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the Immortals, he's got the Archons, he's got the High Templar, he's got all the pieces he needs against a Roach Hydra force.
Yep, and there's no more mutas on the production tab, so he doesn't really need to produce any more Phoenix.
I like how Firezerg's splitting up and attacking from multiple sides. Meanwhile, he has a 4th base, and it is built.
Oh, but his
he
wall...
actually makes it into the main.
Okay, so, I mean, luckily his army is there.
Yeah. Wasn't attacking the 3rd at the same time, which would have been a good idea, I think.
Oh,
but he still has the chance. He's using these Roaches to pull the entire army away, and if he could snipe this 3rd maybe even and get out.
Will he recall? Or will he just go
What
for
he's going to do, he's going to go after the 3rd base. Rodson is moving around to try and trap this army.
Yeah, he's setting up
I think he's going to succeed, actually. This could end up very nasty for Firezerg. He's trying to kite. But he could lose a lot here. The stasis wards are going to block him in. But Rodson is pretty all in at this point. He needs to do a counterattack that does a lot of damage. There is a Lurker Den being made, but that's like the 2nd longest. Like, that's such a long time to build. It's the 2nd longest 68 seconds in the game. I think that's how long it takes to build.
Yeah,
the longest 68 seconds in the game is making the Great Aspire.
If he can hold this, he pretty much wins.
Yeah, but I don't know if he can.
Yeah, this is a pretty scary army.
Look at all these Archons. Look at all these Immortals. Look at all these High Templar. There's so much. He needs these Lurkers, but he's not going to have them. He should give up this 3rd base, I feel. And maybe, this 4th base, I feel.
Yeah, maybe even go for a base trade at this point.
Actually, that might be a good idea, yeah. He's trying to fight, but there's so many storms. He needs to buy time for these Lurkers, but Rodson's not going to give it to him. The Lurker Den is nearly done, but nearly is not good enough.
And here we go.
For a big arc. There aren't that many Zealots left. But the storms are good. And Rodson takes a supply lead. I think he's got this. I think he's done it.
Yeah, he's not ready to be eliminated from this tournament.
Yeah, we are going to go to a game number 3, people. GG is called.
As if this day couldn't have gotten any better.
Oh man, yet another 2-1. We are going to have such a competitive match, such a competitive group.
Yeah, I think out of this whole tournament thus far, this has probably been the best group here in terms of games.
We keep saying that, and it's always true.
I know, right?
We keep wondering, how can it possibly get any better than this? And then it does. This tournament has been amazing from beginning to end. But it's not over yet. We have one more game today, and then we have finals week, the week after, to crown our champion of champions.
And guys, you're in for a treat because we are about to get into the epic Salavanth player introduction here. Hold on to your horses and get ready. This is Year 0, game number 3.
In the upper left, holding on by the skin of his teeth, first in his group out, the underdog. Can he win it? Can he make it to the semi-finals? It is Rodson! And in the upper left, switching in for Hino, defying all odds to make it this far, taking out Vindicta, almost beating Australia, looking for a spot in the semis, it is Firezerg!
Alright.
This is going to be great. So what will we see from these players when everything is on the line? Another hatch first from Firezerg. He's not wanting to go aggressive. He wants to play it late. He thinks he can. So far we've seen some great play from Firezerg, but we haven't seen a ton of depth from his ZVP. I think we've seen these aggressive Roach pushes and these Roach muter play. I wonder if we're going to see something else.
Yeah, will we see a Nidus this time?
We'll have to find out. There's a hatch first, so I think that indicates he wants to play it safe for now.
Yeah, both players are choosing to play it safe thus far. Third game, tournament life on the line. Just gonna go ahead and rely on their skills to carry them to that win.
A solid move, but it can only work for one of them. As great as both these players are, only one can survive the next 10, 15, 20 minutes, who knows, to advance. So glad that we got such great games out of our substitutes, even Vindicta, who substituted in at literally the last minute.
Yeah, it's been a treat for sure.
Firezerg at least has known about this for a few days, so he's had some chance to prepare. Well, we just have a few links being made just to fend off this probe, and we have a Stargate from Rodson. So far both sides playing an extremely standard macro-oriented game for this final game, so I think we are going to see a longer one. Year Zero, definitely a map that can go long. We're also seeing some very powerful mid-game attacks from Protoss more and more these days. So I wonder if that's what we're going to see. That sharking type of move where you're constantly moving with the Protoss army around the edge of the Zerg creep on 3 or 4 bases until you find a hole and exploit it.
That's a good point, because Artosis has been talking about how Protoss these days have been making a lot of 2-base, type of mortal attacks. And him and Regret made a stream, a little kind of a little video there to explain how to defend against that as a Zerg player.
Is that the in-depth podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, the in-depth series?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that. Alright, Oracle is completed. Second Oracle on the way for Rodson. He likes to open this way. So both sides bringing out their best, safest builds, the one that they most feel like they can rely on for this final game of the day. No tricks, no weapons, skill against skill alone. 2 drones go down, pretty standard. Oracle gets out, pretty wounded, also pretty standard. Firezerg has a few lings outside the base of Rodson, waiting for him to try and take a third or try and move out. And making 12 more lings to try and deny this third, but I don't think it's worked yet today. Rodson seems to be on the ball when it comes to that. He does have a couple of oracles. I imagine he'll send more drones to that third base now, yep, as soon as the spore crawl is done. He's very good, he's waiting, respecting Rodson's oracles a lot. He's even letting the natural be oversaturated for a little bit until that spore crawl was done, lest he lose the drones. Both sides playing pretty cautiously. So we do see a Roach Warren coming up for Firezerg. And I think we're going to see an Archon drop from Rodson again.
Yep, he's adding the Templar Archive, and I suspect he will make those 2 Archons, and as well take his third base pretty soon.
So far, this game looks very similar to game number 2, in pretty much every way. Ooh, these adapts do get caught.
Nice pick
Which will
up
mean a
there.
lot less defense at that third base.
Oh, but
When Rodson tries to take it.
Oracle's getting some nice damage done, getting 5 drones as well as a recall, so he's get to use those Oracles to help defend the third, as well as later on maybe put some stasis wards around.
Nicely done indeed. And now there are 2 Adepts and 3 Zealots, so that should be enough to defend this third base. It will need to be taken pretty late, but it will be taken in the end, and because of the economic damage he did, he can afford to do that. Charge now on the way as well. And he's just now making his Archons. So, the question now is, will we see another Spire? He's making 4 more gas, so I think we will. I think he's just going to go for the same build. The initial Warp Prism will be deflected pretty much immediately, taking a lot of shield damage as the Queens are in a good position to fend them off. Look at that spread on those roaches, that's really nice. Has a few roaches in every base. Fully prepared for this attack.
Yeah, nice splitting.
11 more drones. So he's going to have a nice 3-base economy. Again, I'd like to see him take a pretty fast 4th if he's not going to try and break Protoss, although I think he actually might try and break him. Oh, he's going for Hydralisks. I like that. He's mixing it up. Oh, an Archon is actually lost for Rodzin, as those Queens do a lot of damage to the Warp Prism. Very nicely done by Firezerg. He's getting Roach speed. I think he's going to go into a Roach Hydra type of play. Probably Roach Hydra Lurker, based on his current play so far today. Or could it be just super fast Lurkers? That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I think one of the...
Yeah, he's going for fast Lurkers.
Yep.
One of the
choices that Sushi was suggesting in the chat from the last game, either was a base... He was suggesting either a base trade or Lurkers.
Well, he tried to go for Lurkers, but it was just a little bit too late.
Yeah.
This time he's getting the Lurker in much faster, though. And the Hydra's much faster. He's learning from the previous game. He's not trying to break with just Roaches alone. He's going into a more later stage of the game in a stable position.
However, unlike last game, since he doesn't have the Spire, he's not going to have the Mulus or Corruptor production to help defend against this War Prism. So this War Prism from Roslyn can actually get some good damage done here, but... Oh! Actually might lose it. Oh!
I like how he's got these Spores and Hydralisks in the main base to defend. But now he's like, okay, I can just back away now because you're at 26 hit points. There's no way your Warp Prism can afford to do anything. Look at the Spores that he's made at his main base. It's really nice.
He's adding some extra. He's like, I'm not taking any damage from this War Prism later on.
Exactly. Even got a Spore at his third base as well. He's fully prepared to defend against the different angles that the Warp Prism can come in at. Infestation, Pit, and Spire on the way for Firezerg, so he is going to be going up towards his hive. Neither side has really been able to put on much pressure yet, but now it looks like Rodzin's going to start with that mid-game aggression, that sharking that was mentioned before. But there are Lurkers already on the way, so Firezerg will be prepared to meet that shot for shot. He's sending a bunch of Roaches out to try and see what he can get done. But Rodzin's army is following them. I think they've found those Roaches. Although if they hadn't before, they have now. He snipes a few charge lots pretty much free, and Rodzin is forced to continue to follow this army around, chasing. Great moves by Firezerg, and now we have these Lurkers done. Firezerg's going to get up into his hive, pretty much uncontested, and it starts to presumably go towards those incredibly strong Broodlords, and now Firezerg just turns around. It's like, okay, you know I'm coming. There's no point in defending. Plus, I never even got 3 bases. So what are you going to do?
Oh, this War Prism. Bad rally does get taken down.
Ooh, nicely done by Firezerg. He's a very aggressive player, but he's showing he can absolutely play a safe, passive game as well. And match anyone.
Now
we're to 90 workers. He's gotten his hive. I think he's going to get a greater Spire momentarily.
Yeah, I think we're heading into that really late game here. I mean, Fleet Beacons being added.
Greater Spire and the Lurker upgrade. He's fully prepared for a late game against Rodzin. And as you said, Rodzin is also prepared. He's going up to his Fleet Beacon for Tempest Saw Carriers.
Oh, Oh, nice
And
pick
again,
off here.
the roaches meet the charge lots once more, and the roaches are just larger. There's just more of them. So a lot of these charge lots on both sides will get taken out, and ooh, good storms by Rodzen. Zerg retreats, and now Rodzen will simply go and intercept this roach force. I like these roach backstabs; they're quite nice, but they haven't done a lot of damage so far. But I definitely like the idea of them, and they have saved the outlying bases of Rodzen from the charge lots as well as trading reasonably well against them too.
Oh, buddy.
And a bunch of corruptors are now on the way for Firezerg, so he just needs to buy time for these broodlords. Oh, and you can't attack that. That is a lot of lurkers. And while they are pretty clumped up, there's still just too many of them. And Rodzen is choosing to play a bit greedy and go straight for the carriers, not stopping by Tempest to try and keep himself safe against broodlords. So a broodlord push could be very nasty, and there's already 7 of them on the way. Carriers actually don't do very much damage at all without upgrades. 2 carriers at +0 are going to do essentially nothing. The mothership, on the other hand, could be very strong. There is only a single overseer with this army. He definitely needs more. He's getting adrenal, he's getting +3 weapons, he's got his fast burrow for the lurkers. He's got all the pieces he needs for a tremendous attack.
Oh.
Storm goes down on the broodlords, but Storm does not kill broodlords. And all of a sudden, this army is on the run. He's going into Tempest now. He's losing Templar. And Firezerg is moving forward. He sees his chance.
Yeah, but
Without the Tempests, the broodlords will reign supreme. Ooh. Good stasis wards, but will it be spotted?
Actually, the Hydralisks were sent back to defend against the charge lot, and now there's actually no anti-air, or there's no anti-air against the carriers. You could have actually taken out the broodlord right there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Oh my god.
Doesn't matter how much damage carriers do if they are uncontested, but here come the Hydralisks. Oh, there's only 1 overseer, and he needs more. He's making 5 more overseers now. The mothership is just too strong for now. He needs to retreat with those lurkers. He's got a bunch of Hydralisks, he's got some corruptors, but he needs those overseers to fight.
Oh, and here we go.
Yep, he's got the overseers, he's fighting with the queens. Oh, the broodlords are out of position though. No, he doesn't have the overseers. They're only just now here. The broodlords are all getting taken down. Firezerg has messed this up. Oh man, the mothership does finally go down, but at the same time, there's, I think, enough damage has already been done. There's only 1 broodlord left.
Oh man, that was a huge blunder there by Firezerg.
Can he recover? Hydras and Corruptors being made. So are a few Zerglings. He's going to be fighting with everything he's got. I think he might be able to recover, but at the same time, that's going to allow Rodzen to get into his Skytoss army pretty much uncontested, but he doesn't have any upgrades for it yet. Which is good for Firezerg. Oh man, he has so many lings, he's just going to go around and try and snipe bases, I think, with them. But does he have enough to defend at home? He's making broodlords, but he hasn't made broodlords. There are no storms. That is one thing. And these spines are definitely buying a lot of time. He's taking out as many interceptors as he can with the Hydralisk, but I think it's just too much. He's down like 40 supply.
Oh.
He's making a bunch of corruptors, but that's just not going to do the trick for him anymore. I think Firezerg's going to be kicking himself for that one. He needed to fight with his overseers.
Yeah, I mean, he's still getting a lot of pros, but yeah, just too much army from Rodzen, and there we have it. Rodzen will advance to the round of 4.
Tragic final game for Firezerg, but Rodzen definitely took advantage of that to the hilt. He will win, and he will advance to the round of 4.
Yeah, but thank you, Firezerg, for putting up some great games, as well as Vindicta. Both players, both Firezerg and Vindicta were substitutes for today, but boy, did they put Rosin and Austria a run for their money. And they could have easily advanced to the round of 4 if they, just a little bit here and there, and it could have been a different outcome.
Exactly. Probably the most competitive group we've had so far. In terms of sheer 2-1s, I think it is at least tied for Group B of the round of 16, which had a ton of them. But I think these games were even more competitive than that.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
Yep.
The finals week will be next week. We will have Art versus Rodzen, and we will have Asreya versus BioIce.
Yeah, make sure to tune in for that. That will be Saturday, the 25th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yep. We're going to be wrapping up the whole thing then. So after the semi-finals, we will be having our finals match where the winner will walk away with $200 and the Champion of Champions title.
Yep. All right. Again, that is Australia and Rosin heading into the round of 4. Make sure to tune in for that. Any last words before we wrap this up, Sal?
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you so much to our sponsors for sponsoring us. Thank you so much for Sushi for helping to fund and bankroll this event and manage this amazing team and getting all these amazing players to join us. We are truly thankful you are the heart and soul of the team. And thank you to you as well, Snoopy, for casting with me.
It's been an honor and a joy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the games. Thank you also, as well as the follows and the bits. Hope to see you guys next week. And that pretty much does it for tonight. Have a great rest of the evening, afternoon, or day, morning, wherever you are. And this is your friendly neighborhood casting duo signing out.
Nuclear missile ready.